We're here. We swear.
Hello everyone! Welcome to Ready City Crit. I'm your Dungeon Master Horna and our very laggy introduction.
Look at all the exposure I have, Harry!
Not enough.
Very much exposure.
Little halo. Oh, you can't see it because the...
God, you're right.
I'm Irish, what do you expect?
Anyway, let's start off with Let's start off with
Why
the
does-
person who believes that they have the best quality camera, and then work our way down.
Do you count? Because I know
Harry,
yours
you need
is
to go
ridiculous.
first.
I've already gone. I always go
Okay.
first. That's the rule.
I'm gonna go first, second, whatever, purely because all of my equipment is hand-me-downs from Harry, and he's a bitch who likes quality, so...
She
hi.
literally has all my hand-me-down. Even my old computer is hers.
Hi, my name is George, I play Atlas Moreau, the Owl and Druid. Ryan, stop fucking around with the ring line.
Sorry.
I play Atlas
I
Moreau,
don't
the
even
Owl
know
and
what's
Druid, and
going
I will
on.
pass it on to our next good camera haver.
It's warm under this ring light. I'm toasting now.
I suppose I'll go next. I know me and Will are on the same level because we have the same webcam.
But Will's currently on a laptop, so...
Yeah, I'm on a laptop though.
So, my name's Anthony. I play Barrow Stark with the Satan Rogue Fighter, and I'll pass it on to the next person with the best camera quality.
Why does it look like Ryan's just like cosplaying a blue shirt down here?
For me, you're all cosplaying blue squares going in a circle.
Well, yeah, we got Ryan with the blue shirt, Yellow's the yellows, Mary's the yellow shirt,
Yellow is the yellow shirt.
Yellow's the
yellow.
Mary shirt.
Nobody put on a red
Um,
shirt. You'll be doomed.
I think I'm next, but realistically, I should be last. It's just Will's current setup. Hi, I'm Mary. I play Astra, the ASMR cleric, and I'll pass it on to temporarily worst camera.
Is that me?
Right, there's.
Oh, we
isn't
didn't
there
introduce
in
Ryan.
the way first?
Oh, I
Who
forgot
cares?
Ryan.
Fuck him.
Me, I suppose.
You're fucking about too much.
I'm playing with my settings to make my camera better. Hello, I am Ryan. I'm playing Cyrus, the ASMR barbarian, and I'll pass it on to Laptop Boy.
Yeah, hey. And to be honest, I don't even think it's that bad. I think it's just shitty Wi-Fi. But anyway, I'm Will. I'm playing Volgir, Durgar Ranger, and I've spent way too much on this laptop for it to be shit.
Laptops.
They just can't hold up to
Have fun.
PCs.
No, they can't.
Team
Well,
Master Race.
This has a similar spec to my PC.
Just the laptop versions.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Then I'm probably last then.
Who wants to remind us what we were up to last time?
When we last left off, we accidentally kidnapped someone.
Wasn't our fault. She hid in the vents. She
It was a-
hid in the
it was a
vents.
little
That was
our fault.
completely-
And then
And then we were like, okay, fine, we'll not kill her and we'll give her back. So we tried to give her back, and then Illithid showed up. And we were like, fuck, now we're actually kidnapping you, we gotta go.
And she was like, but no, my dad might be on that ship. And he was like, hello, can you hear me? And then he was
And we
gone.
were like,
and then...
we gotta fucking... We
Yeah,
did
we're
an
like,
an
he's dead.
emergency jump because we couldn't get our jump fast enough.
You got very close. It was in the final
Cyrus
hour.
did some excellent button pushing.
Yeah, held that lever.
Astra did some less than
excellent
excellent gun shooting.
Yeah, she did some damage.
She did no damage.
Oh,
I
Atlas
did
some
damage.
Astra did no damage. But she saw the pretty lights.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
She got to feel like she was doing something.
And meanwhile, Volgir was just sat there in the middle of all this.
Volgir
conflict, just
stole
going,
the
"This
glory
is
at last-
Interesting, but
Volgir stole the glory at very last minute by getting to push the final button. That was pretty much it. We found out some rumors from some drunken sailors. Are they still
We-
sailors?
I'd
Spacefarers?
We learned that you can weave in and out of electromagnetic wave things to hide your ship signature,
Grand.
but that doesn't count if the Illithid are looking at you.
And then we boppity booped ourselves into the next quadrant.
Yeah, we booped
Bump
right out of
right
And we
there.
fucked our engine.
Yeah.
hard.
flat top.
Yep, the Chimera is pretty damaged. Those of you who are on the bridge would have the first kind of glimpse out of this new cluster you find yourself in, this new sector of space.
Which sector are we in now?
You are now
Can you
in...
loop up the other map?
yeah, I can pull up your map if you'd like. That would help. Or...
We refuse
Yeah.
to admit that it helps, but it doesn't not help.
So we left the Nexus sector
That chimera seems to have a lot of HP.
Oh, that's just like the ship hull. That's nothing to do with the engines.
So all your different components have hit points as well, but the main ship hull is like what damage the exterior of the ship has taken. If that reaches zero, your ship's dead.
We have no shields. That is all the hit points that the exterior have.
Yep.
Well, we'll just try to not get attacked by anything, I guess.
That would be a good plan. I'm gonna turn this off. It's starting to bother me. Oh, I'm so dark now. Oh, I have to leave it on now. Damn you, Harry!
You'll start that I didn't even notice them. I've got like 2 light panels looking at me, so does George. But yeah, you are now in, you would see on your little, like, HUD, whoever's in the pilot seats or up in the bridge, you would see Aurora Serenity cluster pops up to note your location. You see there is, like, near the kind of, like, middle of this cluster, there's this shifting, kind of like the Aurora Borealis kind of style, but in like purples and reds kind of color. They kind of dance their way across, kind of like the like cutting this like cluster almost in half. And then like dotted around them as well, there are these like little shimmering pools, which Beros or anyone who's looking out can make me an Arcana check. I don't want to have a little, like, you know, try to work out what it might be, but they feel like almost like they look as if like they are like oil slicks in space. And there are also these large, like big, like definitely like humanoid made areas. They are like big, metal. Tall, like long, look like very large TEVs potentially, or maybe they are some kind of like satellite installation, or some kind of like space station. But there are a lot of them. There's several. Like looking around here, they're all kind of like roughly about the same distance from that central, kind of like dancing Aurora Borealis kind of style.
That's not where I was expecting you to go with that description.
Beros, you're not really sure what these strange like oil slicks are. Atlas, if you kind of come up to the bridge and like have a look out, you would know these are
guns. Okay, I'm shooting the big boy gun. That's on the bridge.
Oh yeah, you are there. Yeah, sorry, your tokens wasn't there. So I wasn't sure if you'd moved up yet. It was after you were fucking around at the back and stuff. Yeah. So you would see that these are they are pools of like liquid starlight, and they are said to, if you bathe in them, apparently to give you some kind of strange benefits, but that does involve you exposing yourself to the cold expanse,
which is known to not give you benefits.
Yeah. It basically is like something you'd read in like Goop magazine, like, oh, bathing in like liquid starlight.
Your butthole to the liquid starlight.
Yeah, literally, it's like that. It's like a little bit like wishy-washy Eastern medicine kind of opinion, like apparently gives you benefits. But yeah, that is how. Apart from that, there's like these big like space station things as well, all cluttered around. But you're not really overly sure you could get closer to one of those if you want to, or it depends what you guys want to
do. I'm gonna do a diagnostics check on the ship and engines and just see how fucked we are.
It just comes up with a big red. God, man, it's fucked.
Just a big red. I told you not to push the button.
Yeah, Serpana kind of like runs a little diagnostic for you. It reads out the current hit points of the ship is 142 of this main hull, of a max of 200. The shield generator is fully functional, but the shields have all been depleted, and will remain that way until basically the end of at the end of like a short rest. Which you can do if you're working on it. You basically have to be like, there. So if you do like an hour, you can get your shields back. It's not like a big job.
You just go there and it's just like, what are our shields? And it's just like, bitch, please.
0.
You have no shields.
The helm has taken some damage. The helm is 42 to 50, which is kind of like what gives you the ability to turn.
I imagine that'll be an exterior once we land patch job rather than
I mean, you do have suits. You can spacewalk.
It is awfully cold out there, Harry. I don't like the cold.
The suits give you resistance.
And then I'll just have normal damage.
Volga's just going to turn to Barros and go, I think Cyrus needs a spacewalk, don't you, Barros?
Let me try and get the shields up and running first, so that I can not get shot in case the Illithids follow us.
And
Sure.
the most crippled item would be the engine, which has taken some pretty significant damage after that jump. It's got 39 of 100 hit points, which means that your speed has been reduced by 40%.
Would I know how long that'll take me to fix it?
Do you know how to fix it?
Easy.
I don't know. I did some engineering temp work on the Starwind Serenade, so
You have the rabbit. She kind of seems to know what she's doing.
You could go speak to Daze if you want. I think Daze, now that you guys have successfully jumped away, I think she retired to her quarters. I think she once the danger is immediately over,
breakdown.
she just checked that you were all good, checked the jump was happening, and once the jump was occurring, she just went upstairs to your quarters and closed. You probably would have heard the door close.
she's gonna need some time. She seemed to like her dad.
Most people like their dads, Cyrus.
I don't like my dad.
I said most.
I like my
people.
dad.
Well, good for you. You all had loving fathers. I'm gonna go fix the shields now, and Cyrus will just walk off.
Not Astra.
Like my adoptive dad.
I guess that counts.
Shut up!
Because everybody's got a dad. Okay.
Shut up!
I assume you have a father.
A father.
Not really sure how the dwarves work, to be honest. You could just be carved out of rock or something.
No, my father was quite good.
There we go. Everybody's got a good dad figure except Cyrus.
So Cyrus, if you want to, you can spend a day while traveling to make a engineering check with either Smith's tools or carpenter's tools or similar, or tinker's tools. It'd be mainly it's for you, I'll say probably use more me strength based because you'll be doing things I gotta pull this metal I'm pull this back into shape and realign it. But something that may call for intelligence depending on what you're having to do. Basically on a roll of 15 or higher, each damage component, across all components. So this is I spend time working on the ship. Every component that is damaged, including the hull, regains 1d6 plus the crew's quality score. And if there's a component other than the hull that had 0 hit points, let's say your helm was fully destroyed, if it gains 1 hit point, it becomes functional. So you need it so if something was fully destroyed, you would need to spend a full day, a full 8 hours work basically.
I think for now I'm just gonna take the short rest to try and patch the shields. I'll worry about the other stuff later.
Could Astra help him with the engine because she has mending?
Yeah, mending. I was going to say that.
Yep, 100%. I've done it before. And I would say if you wanted to focus on a soul component and not do a generic work all, there's a chance that maybe your dice would you may have an extra couple of dice. You just focus on one soul thing. So if you're look, we need to get the engine as priority. I'm saying fuck everything else and devoting all my time to the engine. Then I'll probably say you could roll 2d6 or maybe roll either roll 2. Yeah, 2 for the same. If you double the dice. So you can either do 1d6 to everything or you can do the 2d6. A specific component. But you would know the fast way to get the ship repaired is to find somewhere that would have repair bay or something like that. There are places that offer that standard. The Umphalos would have offered that as a service. If you dock there, you could have paid a fee and they would have repaired your ship, rearmed it, refueled it.
I think we burnt that bridge.
Probably even the other space station you were just at. They probably also would have the facilities to
again. I don't.
That space station doesn't exist anymore, Harry. That's squid territory.
I'm just giving you some examples. There are some stations in this sector as well. Maybe they would have those facilities. You don't know. You've not been to them, and you haven't really had a good look at them to even know what they are. They don't look as big. I will say they're nowhere near as big as the one, the big military one that you got before. Much, much smaller.
This is where Harry is keeping track of everything we let get burnt, and then at the end we have to go back and fix every single place we.
Do you remember in the final
it's
campaign of the Talons? It was
Where we went and gathered all of our allies.
All of the world to fight this one little island. Yeah, we're the island, and everybody's gonna gather.
You guys
and
can get
fight
Seinfeld.
us.
You're gonna put on trial, and then everyone's gonna come out the woodwork.
And it's going to be led by the Illithids as well.
Yeah, the Illithids like for your crimes against humanity, but you're a Lithid for your crimes against humanity.
The Illithid are there, and also like the
Never
fucking
mind,
original
our crimes
tavern
against
owner who's like,
Illithids.
and you never paid your tab.
And then there's one
We're
that's
sorry,
like, and you
Gallandam.
burnt down my bar with a giant skull.
Hey, the only reason that they're going to be able to identify us 100% is because you left a one-to-one likeness of yourself in that bar.
Volgar's just stood there like, I've never even been to that city. Pulls out statue of Volgar. Is like, well, that's pretty damning.
And that's the one statue still moving around the courtroom.
They tilt the statue that says "Made in Tilm." I would like to repair the shields, please, if I can.
Or
If
they're
you
like,
spend,
that statue could be of
a short
anyone.
rest.
Underneath the Maiden Tilm is like, Volgir, Drakebo, the Great.
So if anyone would like to, you can all take a short rest if you'd like, because Cyrus can spend at least an hour doing this. But yeah, as part of your short rest, Cyrus, you can repair the covered points. They will return back. You can assign them however which way you prefer.
But Baros's focus will be getting us to a station. I think that's probably the best call, just to kind of just chill out for like the next 24 hours.
20.
Can we try not and blow this one up?
The usual orientation for
In our
shields, by
defense,
the way,
we
is
didn't
10.
blow the last one up. We
That helps.
10, 5,
may
5.
have lured people who wanted to blow it up.
I was thinking about how to evenly distribute them, but maybe it's better just to have like.
The intention is you've
Front
got your big
shields.
gun front, so if you're ever fighting something, you want to put your big gun towards it. So
Yeah.
that's generally that is
Cool.
it's standard. You can change it, like it's completely optional. If you want to do 7-7-6, you can also do that.
No, keep the main shields on the front. If something comes at us from the side, I'll divert power.
Yeah, if you guys spend an hour.
Stupid fucking colleagues all got good dads, and my dad's an asshole and fucking scarred me. And
Like Ashley,
The shields
Physically and
recharge.
mentally.
You need help?
Just roll get going to get a drink. Cyrus?
what?
I'm not even going to ask if you're okay, but less
No,
anger.
it's-
You're going to break the bowl.
I am fixing it.
Just walk off.
Cyrus
fixing
is
it.
the opposite of the fucking. I get it. You're all without fathers, not me. Fucking love my
I
dad.
love my dad. Yeah, I literally.
I feel like Asher comes up, like taps you on the shoulders, like, "Do you need help?"
No, the shields are up now. I might need help fixing the engine later though, but that's a bigger job. It's gonna take some time.
Okay, just come get me when you want help. You seem a bit angry, so I'm gonna leave now.
Where will I find you?
Mad Bay, probably.
I should have guessed that.
It is probably nearing your after that short rest. It's probably nearing the time you guys might want to bed down for the night anyway. It's like you waited so long in the previous sector to try to get for the set from the recharge, and you did travel. The last thing you traveled is traveled by night, so might be an idea to
I'll go
take a
make
rest.
some dinner. Gonna make
Wouldn't it
a
be-
little wisdom roll for it because I can't do
Supper?
cook crews.
Yeah, if you want to make cook's utensils tool, you can. There's cook's utensils in the kitchen.
9.
You kind of go through what rations.
It's
that you
edible.
have. That's the thing. You don't really have fresh ingredients, so it's hard to make delicious fresh food. You do what you can, you try to rehydrate some of the freeze dried vegetables and things like that. Try to make them a bit more palatable.
But they're still kind of sad mushy.
yeah, they don't ever get back that crunch, you know, like they never get back that like that freshness. They're always just a little bit, almost powdery in their texture, even after they've been rehydrated. But they sustain you. They are, you know, edible. There's also not really a good seasoning cupboard or anything like that. You got a small little collection of spices and things, but like, you know, there's not much to really add flavor apart from like the basic, you know, it's a ship that was used, you know, for like bare bones kind of stuff before. So
Illithid
Very-
aren't big on seasonings
No.
or food.
you also don't know how long this ship was. You obviously like, adrift with them. It could have been, you know.
This might be some pretty old food.
Yeah. Their rations are built to last, but like, you know, everything expires.
Well, I will serve up the slightly stale food.
Yeah, it's nothing incredible. You'll eat. You know, you're not gonna starve. If you can note down that, if you're gonna feed your whole crew, just keeping track. Will you keeping track of our rations?
Loading
Fine.
as we speak.
So, by my count, aboard right now, you have Sunshine. You have Genshi.
Ah yes, the wizard duck.
13.
Hands.
Was it not 13 whenever we boarded?
Well, Deez is upstairs.
We have a giant in the basement.
Yeah, did you let
Does
him
he count
off? Or
as
did
one?
you...
No,
No.
he's still in there.
Does he count as one or
He's
three?
technically he's actually huge, so he needs 4 times
Four.
the normal amount of food.
And then Tewa needs double, I think.
Tewa needs double. I can't remember the name of the giant off the top of my head. I'm giant for now.
Tinkerbell.
Halbert Dan?
Yeah, something like that.
Halberdan? Cool. So by my and then there's the U5.
Plus 5.
So that is
Yeah,
2, 3, 4,
Haberdan.
5, 6, 7, 8. Plus you guys is 13 people.
Plus
Of-
1 Chimera, plus 3 for the giant.
Yeah, so that makes 17 rations used today.
Right.
Which is 1.8-ish.
And technically, Pip needs to eat.
How
His
much
little
food does Pip need? Like a
half
quarter
a
of a
portion?
ration?
Pip is like a quarter
May have
ration.
some of Astra's.
Yeah, he's like a quarter ration. But you know, done.
It all adds up.
Oh, it does.
Four meals is 1 ration for Pip.
Yeah, every 4 days, Pip goes through like a full person's worth of rations. Which, if you imagine the amount of food it takes to sustain a human and you look at a squirrel, it's kind of funny.
Basically, you don't feed him for 4 days, then you offer him a pack of rations and he stashes it all in the vents and eats it for the next 4 days.
Astra does just like get.
Beaks are just like out to here.
I'm a fucking hamster.
Close enough.
And so we said the weight of a ration is what?
A ration in D&D
Was a
weighs
kilogram, wasn't it?
roughly about a kilogram.
Pound or something.
It's okay though, because I can cast Goodberry and Soak and Volgear. So that's
And
20
Astra
people's
can
worth
create
of food
and
daily.
drink.
And the cleric's got water.
And food and drink. Food as well. If she chooses it.
I mean, like, yeah, if you guys like would rather not use your rations, you could always resort to the spells. I think maybe you don't have them prepared, maybe today.
Well, let me know now because I'm about to change shit, people.
I have mine
Well,
prepared.
you're going to sleep, so you can prepare new spells.
Yeah, so
Right, that's
he has to
fine.
wake up and then prepare them.
Oh,
Part of his long rest, he has to pick them. You usually do it like as part of your downtime. So you sleep for 6 hours, and then the other 2 hours is like setting up camp, like, you know, preparing spells, things like that.
I get a full 8 hours sleep. I don't need to prepare any spells. It's just sleep.
Where
Do I keep
is?
Polymorph or do I pick up Ice Storm?
I mean, like, also something we need to ask is where is everyone's runes? Like, where's everyone sleeping?
Well, there's a
Could be
lot of
mechanic
us right
system.
now.
I'm probably gonna sleep on one of the bunks near the helm, just because it's near the engineers' quarters.
Yeah, so we have two beds in the helm. I can give Toa the little captain's quarters, like lobby
He doesn't-
area.
He doesn't need a bed. He can sleep on the floor.
Atlas will be
It's just
happy
kind
to
of
sleep.
out of the way.
Atlas will be
Oh,
happy
that's
to sleep wherever Tewa is sleeping. Purely
I mean,
because
there
she's
looks like there's
imagining
couches in there and stuff.
she's imagining that like no one else is going to want to share a room with the Chimera, and nobody wants the Chimera unattended in common areas.
Pretty sound logic, yeah.
Probably a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think maybe Toa and Atlas in the here.
Tewa lounging across the full couch, Atlas sleeping sat up in the chair.
Just move your tokens wherever you.
I don't know where Atlas is. Lost her.
Was she in the basement?
No, I'm
Not the
here.
basement.
I'm floating in
Okay.
space.
To be fair, for now, Barros will probably be on pilot duty anyway, so I think him and Volgir will be swapping between the beds, right? In the
I
in
mean,
the helm.
that is assuming you want to try to be flying. If you want to be flying constantly, that means you need to have a full crew available, like all the time. But you can just be like, we're gonna stop for the
We're
night,
gonna float in space.
turn
for a
off the
while.
engine, like and just chill. That's something you can do. Like, but if you want to do that, that's when you have like sleep schedules and patterns, and that's whenever your crew are gonna all be on different time schedules. Can be done, but just like it's gonna require you to like set up busy shifts and stuff like that. And it will mean there's a risk of like, hey, wake up, this is happening, and then like someone might not get their rest properly.
Let's just park it for a minute and have a nap.
We can park it. Okay.
It's been a long day.
A long
Very
day.
eventful, long ass day.
Yes. Correct.
Atlas has gone from, oh no, I'm really nervous about leaving my family with Baros's granddad, to, oh, I'm really nervous about leaving my family in the path of the Illithid. I can't move Tewa.
Tewa?
I can't move Tewa.
Tewa based permissions thing on.
I shouldn't move Tewa places.
Okay, you should have Tewa permissions. I'll also give you guys permissions for well,
Just spin him around in a circle. Put him facing Cyrus right there.
you guys want to move hands, Tinkerbell and Ginshi anywhere in particular, you can. Alberdan is done.
No.
I mean,
How many beds
could
are
probably
in there?
probably put Sunshine here.
There's also bedrooms upstairs. And a med bay with additional
Yeah.
beds, I assume.
Yeah, are these also beds?
Like recovery beds, right?
Yeah, I'm imagining they're like
These look
hospital
like
beds.
you
Like, they're
should
not
sleep in them,
particularly
yeah.
comfortable,
Yeah.
but you can lay on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, if
next.
you need to sleep, I imagine you wouldn't say no to hospital bed.
If it's hospital bed or floor,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's kind of it's not like the most comfortable. Like it can be done.
Okay. I assume
That's-
Volgir will want his own room.
Astra, are you sleeping with the bunny girl?
Okay,
I think you're-
I thought
think
Bunny
you're in the
Girl was in
Bunny Girl room.
Cyrus's room.
She is in this.
I thought she was the one beside the
Oh.
stairs.
I'll throw it to
Volgir will want his room away from Taylor.
I don't think Cyrus actually got to claim a room yet, because he had to like look after
No,
the
everyone
engines
was
and shit in
assigned
the
rooms
first
by
place.
Atlas.
Cyrus didn't get that memo.
That's because he wasn't talking to her.
That's true.
I
He
assume
just sees
Volgir is
everyone
in
else going
his
into their
room.
rooms. He's like, I didn't get a fucking room.
And nobody corrected it, so he's just sleeping where the engineer sleeps.
Atlas's is technically this one, but she can't get Tewa through the hallway that easily.
He can squeeze.
Also, she doesn't want to put Tewa too close to the delicious rabbit morsel.
Yeah, we might need that rabbit.
Indeed, if you're on
I'll go.
food.
I'll go in whatever room is furthest away from Tewa.
It'll be one of these back bedrooms.
Atlas looking around like, oh god, if we run out of food, I'm the most animal-looking one here. It's like, oh, thank god. Rabbits are more commonly eaten than owls and lions. We're good.
So this is Cyrus's room.
Yeah.
Okay.
But right now, there's a bunny in it. Yeah, and crumbs on your bed and shit.
I mean, you could ask Diaz to move. Like, did you want your room back?
No, it's alright. He'll let her sleep in his room for now.
You don't want to ask because she's going to be mean to you.
Yeah.
She's a bitch. She's notoriously as a bitch.
I thought bunnies were supposed to be cute. She's not cute at all. She's really mean.
Owls are also supposed to be cute, and you're with a horrifying little gremlin, so you know.
They're the screechy
Owls also
version
have
of
talons,
us.
so yeah.
Yeah.
And chimeras aren't supposed to be cute, and yet we have Tewa.
No, he's still not cute. I'm sorry.
What if we get the goat, the bell that goes dong long 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 long?
He'll be slightly cuter and funnier, but then also he'll have war paint and braids, which will compensate for the cuteness, so still horrifying.
You kind of like tell us such a bad thing.
And he, she, they aren't.
We have a Diaz token now.
They're a good boy, girl, they.
You could just refer to them as they.
I know, but it's funnier to use all three.
Could
They're
we find a
one of
Dutch
each.
rabbit? So you deal. She's got the wrong colors, but you can disidentify her. There you go.
Dutch rabbits are the one where they're like black and then they go white like that, haven't they?
They're like like black to the nose and then white like eyes and cheeks and like big
Yeah.
white like chest.
And long rest.
Yeah, you all
Yay!
can get the benefits of a long rest. Is you sleep?
But
Thank God, my spell slots.
I'm sure somebody would be glad to have those back. But yeah, you wake the next day. Everyone has a area assigned. There's actually 2 rooms upstairs, just unclaimed. So
Well, Atlas is
I
sleeping
think
with the.
Volgear is in one of them, as he just not moved his token.
okay. One room not unclaimed, and then that's Atlas's one.
It's Atlas's. She knows it's empty, but she didn't bring it up because she doesn't want anyone in there.
Fucking like hands and take them like, hey, this one's empty. It's like, no, that's Atlas's room. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you all find a place to rest.
coat edit.
You all are all well fed and well rested, and you wake the next day. And yeah,
Let's
I mean,
see
like,
how good I can make our breakfast.
Why are you residential cook all of a sudden?
I got high wisdom.
is
Volgear
also,
will
like,
try and wake up
I also
early
cooked
and
on the
give you a
Starving
hand.
Serenade.
Did you take the little like cooking utensil like bonus
I did
thing
not.
for your?
no, she didn't. I don't know who has that. Someone has
I
it.
think Volgear
I'm
has.
pretty
it
sure I do, so Volgear's going to wake up early and try and give you a hand.
Cool. Yeah, you can have advantage then, Atlas, if you'd like, if Volga's gonna help.
I mean, 22 is pretty solid.
And yes, I do have the cooking
At
attachment.
1 did not help.
Volgear's like, add a little bit of salt, and you're like, no, you don't need it this time.
No, he's doing the thing like when you salt it, but he didn't see, so he salts it again.
But yeah, you
22.
22. You take a really good breakfast, everybody. Everyone has a lovely little meal. Like it's compared to like the previous night's food, it definitely tastes more like how
Like
you
food.
hope it would taste. And you know, it's pretty nourishing. These are just rations. So they're not going to give you any like mechanical benefits for how good the meal is. But if you had like fresh ingredients and like, you know, you cooked a really good hearty meal, you know, it might have benefits. I will say, because this is the first meal, like, you know, you've actually done well on the ship. Everyone will get, roll me a d4, Alice. Everyone gets 1 temporary hit point from the quite tasty breakfast. It does them well. You also all slept in, you know, like standard kind of like beds. If you upgraded your living spaces and like, you know, got like good proper like, you know, if you all had like independent bedrooms and things, like if you all properly slept in bedrooms and things like that, you might get better benefits. So people like Beros, Astra, and Volgir. Also, you guys can also get another +1. So you'll have 2 temporary hit points. Everyone else will have 1. Because everyone else kind of like, you know, slumped it a little bit in like, you know, non-super dedicated spaces. And also being up where Cyrus and Sunshine are, it's like, it's not like you weren't in a dedicated space for bed, you were in a bed, but it's like, you know, you're kind of on semi-alert, like there's a lot of noise from the bridge where Saparna is and things like that as well, like it's all taking over.
But it's better than sleeping in the engine room, because that shit is loud.
Yeah, it doesn't exhaust you, but it doesn't give you any, like, benefits.
And also better than sleeping in prison. Or
That is
as a
also-
squid zombie.
Yeah, bright side.
Yeah, you are currently in the Aurora Ascending Cluster.
Right side.
Cyrus is going to go summon Astra, and then be like, right, we're fixing the engines, come with me.
I just had the idea of Cyrus in the engine bay, just huddled around, drawing chalk circles on the floor, and just go ho 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 ho, and just head turning in a 360 degree, and just Atlas pops out of nowhere.
Sunshine is playing solitaire in the mess hall.
I'll go go try and play Go Fish with him.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he'll play Go Fish. Hans
We
will
love Go
join.
Fish.
Hans and Genshi will also join in for a Go Fish.
Everyone's got a 7. No one wants to give up the 7.
Got any fours? Go
Go Fish.
Bastard. It's like that. It just goes on. At one point, Tinkerbell gets
Can I
semi-involved,
slip
like
a-
running a hand up and down for Halberdan, who's in the hold, and you hear like, "Got any tools?" like echoing up.
While there's a distraction, I'm going to try and slip away a 7 under
Okay,
the desk.
sleight of hand. Cheating.
Reading.
That's a 19.
Yeah, you like
You cheat to go fish.
you like when Halberdan calls up, everyone like looks over, and as you do so, you like bring the deck, like the cards, underneath on your lap and then up again. And then you like put your cards face down on the table, like, you know, you tuck one up your sleeve, whatever, and no one seems to bat an eyelid. And you know, it's just, you know, it's just killing time. And if you don't got anything dedicated to do, and you know, and they're all things that you guys can do as officers on a ship. So like, you guys are off a day as well. Things like, the navigator could help, like, you know, prevent the group being lost. The cook can obviously try to raise morale if it is particularly low. You're not really sure where your ship's. I mean, I'll tell you right now, your ship morale is a little bit lower than it was before. It has dropped.
Understandably, we suffered some losses.
Your morale has dropped. It was 5 the last time you guys were flying. At the minute, it has actually probably gone down to. So roll me d6. Roll me d6. Just to count on what you've seen and what's happened and events. Cool. Okay.
4.
Your crew quality score is pretty bad. It's a 1 right now.
No,
I like the
God.
concept that the crew will be like, we're mutinying. It's like, what do you mean you're mutinying? We stole this ship. We don't even own the ship to mutiny it.
Atlas, if you want to, make me a constitution check for your cheffery. See if you can
Like a straight check, not a save.
it's a check with cooked utensils. If you proficient with cooked utensils, you can add that proficiency bonus. Otherwise, it's just flat roll. No, no. Your
Any
cooking,
chance
although
I
it's
can
good, it's not
hand?
enough to brighten, some more soured appetites and moods. Days doesn't even come down for breakfast.
Well, there's no chance I can go give a hand at some of the later meals.
What do you want to do?
Just help out with the cooking.
Yeah, I mean, you can help if you want to give advantage again. Yeah, just roll again, Atlas. Just another con save. Or another con check, sorry. Still not enough.
One more.
That's the +1 from the little module.
Eros, come give a hand.
Cyrus knocks on Astra's door.
Why in the ship?
Knock, knock, knock. You said you'd help me fix the engines. Astra, wake up!
I mean, Astra would also know as the medic if she spent time like healing wounds and like from day-to-day activities. So things like if Sunshine helps like Cyrus and like cuts his little paw on like a sharp bit of metal, and she helps it, that will help the quality score as well.
Actually,
that would be a
it's
medicine
a thorn
check.
in
But
his paw.
if she does that,
and Pip has to remove it.
Yeah. if
feel like she'd probably do
Astra
that,
does
yes.
that, if she spends time being the medic, she can't help Cyrus with engineering duties.
Okay. Astra opens the door, her hair is just like, "Foof."
Jeez, how long does it take you to wake up in the morning?
Astra just stares and walks by.
To the engine room.
Yeah, you hit the engine room. You spend, a lot of this day, popping panels, looking at the damage. You see, there's areas where the wires have actually been completely, overloaded. Fuses have blown and need replaced. You can make me a. This is gonna be. I mean, I would say it's probably because you're not really out on the exterior, I mean, I suppose there's a few bits strengthening to that, but I mean, I'll let you. How is Cyrus gonna best tackle this problem? There's lots of blown fuses. Obviously, you have to get out from all the paneling anyway to get at most of this stuff. The actual main engine interface itself has suffered a little bit superficial damage. There's some wires that have been blown out of their actual connectors, just for the force of the electricity, the arcane energy surging through them.
Probably just trying to remove whatever fuses are damaged, taking them out, getting them replaced first, and then trying to rewire. Probably gonna be a dexterous roll.
Yeah, I mean, I would say either dexterous or maybe even intelligence. It's that technical know-how that we'd also call into potentially.
So dexterous, because not for the intelligence, Mickey.
Luckily, there's a lot of very easy to follow diagrams on the backs of all the panels.
Got my wee helper's guide, being oh, I can bend that like this.
The blue wire has to
YouTube
connect to the red port.
Astra reading out instructions, pointing out things.
So dex roll and.
Oh, we learn Cyrus is red-green colorblind when he takes the whole ship out.
Do I get half my proficiency because of?
Yes, because you got the little module.
Yep.
You do indeed.
So that is a 21.
21 is more than enough. Roll me. You're just spending time on the engines. Roll me 2d6, and you get to add 1 to it for your crew quality score.
Okay.
Everyone's a little bit grumpy.
5.
So you get 6 hit
So
points
6.
back to the engines, which puts you not quite back at half health on them. You have 45.
45.
Not bad.
It's progress.
Better than nothing. But yeah, that's kind of what Cyrus spends most of this day doing. Is anyone else doing anything particular? At the minute, your ship is idling. You're not traveling anywhere in particular. You're literally just floating in, the deep expanse.
Could I ask, either make a history check or ask Sapana about areas of interest within this region that have high traffic, either spaceports or planets with like busy cities?
Sure. Serpana doesn't know, due to the fact that she is a god who normally lives on a planet far away from here.
She's
she
also
doesn't
been
know
stuck in a
personal level.
backpack for like 1,000 years, so you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question. Could you rephrase that?
But you can make a history check, Beryl, so you can try to remember your own, if you ever come through here before. Or...
11.
11?
Could I help? Because I presumably would have passed this way before?
Sure, you wouldn't have.
No?
You would have gone... You didn't go to the Omphalos first, you would have gone to...
Oh, yeah.
Because Kemnor was your, like, stopover point. So you would not have gone this way. You would have gone the route you took before. If you continue that route. But you've gone, like, off course. That makes sense. But yeah, even like an 11 barrels, like spend a bit of time. You don't think you've ever actually been to this sector of space, but you've heard about it. It's not super well traveled, but its proximity to like Are, like the Elven homeworld, and probably like all the Fae also traveling from like Lush. And also just, general proximity to the Omphalos. It's not too far, so you get like a couple of days. It does still get a little bit of traffic every now and again. Notably, the stations here, you would remember, are assigned to different deities. So they are kind of like little temples to the gods. And you recall correctly, they basically rely on because they're right on the edge of the amalgamate space. They basically claim that like all gods should be like free to worship, even things like the gods of the reptile folk. And so like Alice would have a temple here, which wouldn't be very common on the Omphalos. Or Alice probably does have a temple, but they're probably empty. They're not really occupied.
Yeah.
Even Lorien would have one.
Which one would be the most popular?
With the proximity to
temple.
the Elven homeworld, probably Serpana would be the most frequently visited. I would say would be the biggest assumption. Other than that, the next few would probably be any of the ones that really follow the amalgamate. So Jordama, the goddess of twilight, and the Thri-Kreen would be pretty popular, as would probably Vasu, the dwarven god, and probably Elias, the human god of life. Be all quite popular in these parts. Inapo has a temple here, but because Inapo's followers or creations, I guess legacy is the correct way, it would be referred to as waterfolk. So that's things like Tritons, or people who would be normally confined to the oceanic sector, which is like the it's kind of walled off. Kind of similar to like the Giantkin, like Tanda, the grave goddess. The Giantkin are kind of all trapped on Pugna, as a result again of amalgamate blockading. They're restricting travel for that area. So again, they're not super busy, but they would be more popular than, say, like the reptile folk god, probably, right? Sorry, no.
Yeah.
And probably even like Lorien or Ravi of the Aasimar, and Katran of the bird folk. But you have to remember as well, even though these gods are like specifically like followed by a group of people, some people would be like, oh, I've got like my my exam for like my like onboarding to join up as this like pilot training is coming up. I'm gonna go pray to Katran, the god of knowledge. Even though it's the bird folk's god, it's still, that's their domain and that's what they're good at. So you could go pray to, Serpana to help you with this, but like it's not her specialty. She's not, the goddess of knowledge.
Yeah.
So even still, although people like, there's definitely more focus, because at the end of the day, the Alice, the god of the reptile folk, is the god of order. So like, a lot of people do have a lot of respect for keeping things in natural order of things, and
we're gonna have to pray to Lorien at some point when we're going to war with the Illithid.
Go there right now?
No.
No. Are any of you guys in the cockpit?
I'm still listening to it.
No, I am in engineering. If Astra wants to do other things, I'll spend my 8 hours in the engine room fixing things. If she wants to like assist and then leave.
If it's to do with planning the route, Atlas takes kind of the navigator role, so
Yeah.
you might have an opinion.
So I'll just turn to Atlas. To be honest, I'm thinking. Listen, I love our companions, but we're going to run out of food pretty quickly, and
You're trying to
we
work out where to
can't-
drop them off.
pretty much. If we can land on a temple somewhere full of religious people, they might be nice enough to give our companions a lift to kind of where they want to go.
Yeah,
Their ships
I mean,
also may be bigger.
At the very least, we've got to try and get rid of Halberdon as soon as possible. I mean, the guy's nice, but he's eating so much food so fast.
Yeah, and there's it's not got to be comfortable down there. I've seen him smack his head at least 3 or 4 times already. So I'm thinking maybe we could, if there's a pilgrimage or just a very popular temple, we can go down there, dock off. Maybe they'll have a repair station, but it's unlikely. But it'll at least be busy enough that we can drop off the giant, maybe the rest of them, and just let them go off and find travel, especially with them being refugees from their own planet. Religious people eat that shit up.
If you're looking for someone to drop off the giant kin, I would suggest the Temple of Tanda. That is her people. If there's anyone going to be considerate, they would be there. Unless there's some kind of amalgamate enforcers to restrict or catch out those who aren't supposed to be out from their sector. That's Soprano, by the way.
Well, they don't seem to be doing a very good job of that.
I mean, you guys have 4 giant kin on your ship.
They could. I was about to say, considering they couldn't keep the people that were in their sector on their most impenetrable prison in their prison.
That might be an idea then. She's got a point. At least 3 of the others are giant kin, and they're from Bogba. That might be the best outcome. Their own people might be more understanding and know ways around the barricade.
We can give it a
Yeah,
shot.
I mean,
Once they get rid of some more mouths.
yeah, I think it's the best shot we have right now.
Very well. It might also throw the scent off. Traveling to a temple for giants isn't exactly what they'd expect from us.
Let's just hope we don't lead a bunch of squid to this place again.
Hopefully not. And I'll give the order to put in the giant temple coordinates.
I navigate.
Yeah, if you want to make a navigator skills check, it'd be with your wisdom. It's the plot, of course. 10. You travel as normal.
I can add my navigation assist.
Yep, you still travel as normal, doesn't make any difference. While you are journeying, I need someone to make me 2 D100 rolls, please, for any hazards that you might uncover.
Can we just not? Can we just get there safely?
Oh, how I missed these. There's 146.
Nothing on board occurs as strange or startling,
Yay!
and nothing off board. Yeah, you safely travel. It takes you, probably most of your day while Cyrus is fixing the engines. Probably like a good 4 or 6 hours to travel, because it's like done like you have to go around the like strange like red and purple like aurora borealis in the middle of the sector, and eventually you see both on your HUD and also kind of like visibly through any windows, you see this like, and it is probably the biggest of all of the temples. Not necessarily
Giants go there.
not necessarily out of grandeur, yeah, but maybe more out of
Doorway's gotta be taller.
necessity. It appears to be, and this is the thing, as you get closer, you realize all these temples they've not been built by like one group of people or by one peoples. They are they're all unique in their own little way. Tanda's temple, you see this gargantuan ship. It must be, without doubt, Beros. Make me a history check. Pretty easy check, but just to see how well your knowledge is. And if he feels, I'll let everyone else. 17. Beros, you pick up pretty quickly, and then also like a decent history, and even like a history of like 12 passively would also pick up. This originally wasn't like it was like the dedicated space station. They've all kind of like been retrofitted, but this one appears to be a giant dreadnought. I said a dreadnought that giants would have sealed. Interestingly, there was only ever a couple of giant ships, Beros, that you knew about that travel the Expanse before the amalgamates surrounded them. The reason being, these ships are planet killers. They are as big as some moons, if not bigger. And the sheer like might of some of their, not even, you know, you've heard of things like big orbital cannons and things like that that can, like, you know, burn the surface of worlds and, you know, things of that nature. But the output of these like size, if they're all the machines are firing at once, it wouldn't take long to crack planets in half. In fact, it's rumored a giant dreadnought is the reason the GIF homeworld was destroyed. But that was never confirmed. The GIF claim it was giants, but their planet completely cracked. A lot of people think it's probably the GIF, you know, quite partial to gunpowder and, you know, that kind of thing. And maybe they did it themselves. They're just looking for a scapegoat. But they claim a giant dreadnought fired a barrage so strong it split the planet in twain. Cracked it right down the middle. Like if you've ever seen like Ratchet and Clank, like that kind of like style planet, like split it. Very, very similar. But it destroyed the world, like as in unlivable, and forced GIF to flee. But this appears to have been, once upon a time, one of these giant dreadnoughts. It has been outfitted. You see there's a big landing bay. It is bigger than the Umphalos. It's so much bigger. The fact that this is a ship that could move is kind of like weirdly like worrying. You know, it's big. Just to get the scale, your ship is tiny. Tiny in comparison. There's a big landing bay like set up on the top side. You can land on top of it, and you'll work your way down the ship. It looks like itself properly. You see these like big, the entrance is like a big tall archway that kind of like rises up from like it must be like a stair that descends down into the main ship itself. And it's like, you know, a 25-foot tall arch.
Yeah.
Nearly as tall as the as your ship itself.
Are we hailed at all as we approach?
As you get close, you do see that there is not a hail. There's more like a generic broadcast which you can frequently tune into if you wanted to.
Sure.
You kind of like tune in and you hear a voice. You're not really sure like quite what this. You recognize the accent or anything like that. But you hear it kind of like cuts through in the middle of the message. All docking on the top is completely cleared. Welcome all to the Temple of Tampa. Pause for it. Docking to the main dock at the top. I just keep repeating that mission. Sort of like.
Okay. Just head to the top, the top dock then.
Yep. So you head to the top and you see like the symbol of Tanda is like emblazoned on the landing pad. You see there's probably 2 other ships here, similar kind of size to your ship, like cutters as well. They look like they're cold and non-moving. They're not like their engines are spooled up or anything like that. The landing gear comes down from your ship. I think for the first time ever, actually, you deploy landing gear from the Chimera. The Chimera's
eat this thing out of the place.
The Chimera's landing gear. It has basically like a large foot that comes out from each wing underneath the main guns on the left and right. and also from the like chin, like underneath the bridge, a large foot comes out, and those 3 holding points appear to be enough to suspend it. It then allows you to like basically the rear hatch lowers down like a ramp, and it allows you to walk down. So the rear hatch is, you know, about a story up. Whenever you do come out, because the ship is slightly contoured towards the bridge. Yes,
Go.
you can also climb at the main hatch. If you want to climb at the main hatch, you can do, but you have to jump off the nose. You have to like walk down the nose and jump off a little bit, not too high, but
Yeah, I think we'll go around and explain what's going on and why we're specifically here.
Yep. Who are you explaining it to? Are you getting everyone together, or are you? People in particular?
Yeah, we can do. Obviously, any of the giant kinfolk.
Yeah, I mean, at the minute they're probably still playing Go Fish in the main hall. So you've got Genshi, Hans, Tinkerbell, Sunshine's there as well, and
We're gonna have to yell down the stairway.
Is there like an intercom? This is your captain speaking. We're pulling into the temple.
This is your captain speaking. Get the fuck off my ship.
Yeah, but maybe it isn't quite like if Barros wants it like a ship-wide announcement. It's kind of like a weird. It's kind of like Barros speaking, but like Serpana is kind of like mimicking his voice. Like it's almost like a double transmission almost. It's like a.
Is Saparna doing Barros's accent?
No, Serpana's speaking normally, but as a result, she's kind of like artificially like transmitting what she's receiving at the same time, but she's having like, you know, also repeat it. It kind of it's like a double voice, like overlaid on each other. But yeah, you can get them up together if you'd like and have them all as a group, or you can. Daze is still in her room if someone wants to go get her.
I can go get the rabbit. If you need to be mean to me. Atlas will go knock on.
Okay. You knock on Atlas, and there is no reply at the door.
Knock harder.
Okay. You knock harder. No reply.
Try the door handle.
Door opens up. You see Daze is currently sat with her back to you. You see her ears are all like flopped down like along her back, and she has her like headphones on, and she's like facing her. She's like sat on the bed, like knees to her chest, kind of like hunched forward.
Touch her shoulder to get her attention.
Okay.
With fast reflexes to duck away if she tries to hit me.
Yeah, good plan. Because as you touch her, she whips round very quickly, and you notice she has her multi-tool out, and she has a like screwdriver attachment, and she whips around and like brings it like towards your head effectively, and you see her eyes are like bloodshot, puffy, she's crying, and she kind of like stops as she sees that you, and then like turns away from you again and just goes back like to huddling up on the bed and just looking around. She doesn't say anything, doesn't apologize, just.
Who are you planning on stabbing on this ship? Literally none of us are mean. None of us are hostile.
Meet me with a persuasion check.
My ears are burning a little, but that could just be the wiring that I just electrocuted myself with.
He doesn't reply.
Is she
You
still got the headphones on?
You still got the headphone on. You see she just like goes to her hollow strap, and you watch she's like slides the volume meter like more up.
Atlas will grab the headphones and pull them down.
Okay. Yeah, like music is booming, like as you hear like that, like kind of like
Hurts
heavy
my
metal.
little owl ears.
Yeah, but like even like it's like the fact that it was muffled because it was on her ears. The second they're no longer like in contact, like the like heavy metal begins like it's like playing out from them, and she just like goes like.
No wonder you're having trouble hearing people with that blasting in your head.
I just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
I just want to be left alone.
Yeah,
Please.
not really a thing that happens on this ship. We've landed on a temple if you're that desperate to get away from us. We're dropping off some of the giant kin. Or you can just keep being a angsty teenager in your room if that's better for you.
Make me a persuade. What are you trying to achieve, Alice?
Work out what she wants.
Position check then.
19.
19. She like rubs at her eyes a little bit. Like tries to compose herself a little bit. Lowest volume in her earphones and pauses the music and lets him kind of like sit around her neck. She goes, I don't really know what I want right now. I think I want to go back to the last sector and, you know, blow up every ship that I saw shooting at my dad's ship. But I know I can't really do that on my ship. Yeah, maybe getting off here is the best plan for me. I don't know.
You may be surprised, but I can weirdly empathize with your situation right now.
Yeah. Why so?
My dad also went out into the galaxy to look for me and is now in harm's way from several people. Along with my mother and my brother. And that's not the first time I've put my family in shit. Also, you know, you're one of the few people in the world who have now been shot at by the Illithid. Congratulations, it's a very small and scary club.
Yeah, like you talked about these people before. Like, I don't even know what the fuck those are.
Us either, really. We bumped into them by chance and it's a whole thing. I am not saying that we're a good group to be around, but...
You're not. That's very apparent. Some of you are still wearing the prison uniform.
In his defense, he doesn't have any other clothes. We sort of just grabbed him like that.
Regardless, I mean... I just don't know. I just don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's a pretty common opinion on the ship too. Well, regardless. We're just letting you know, if you desperately need out, this is going to be your best shot. But if you want to stay, you're useful and you're welcome to.
Make me a final persuasion check, Alice.
$17.
And does Atlas have any inflection? Like, does Atlas want Days to go or want Days to stay? Or does she just want Days to do what Days thinks is best?
I think she would probably think it's best if Days does stay with them. Because she's not sure what will happen to her if she gets left behind. And she's worried that she'll make stupid decisions and try to go after her dad in the squid sector. But she's trying to hide the fact of what she thinks is a good idea.
Okay. If you're trying to, like, you know, keep with that performance, either do like perception, like performance or deception check, just try to like hide your like influence connotations, whether conscious or subconscious.
Not very good at either of these. Oh,
Yep.
fuck that. Yeah, I am.
Yep.
She'll never know.
You're able to like hide your true nature, like, you know, maybe what you think is best. So I will simply just roll.
I honestly don't know whether that roll would have been Hayes agrees or Hayes does the opposite of whatever you think is a good idea.
These will shake her head and be like, where are we anyway? Are we we couldn't be much further out than Aurora Serenity. I haven't actually looked outside since we got here.
We're on a temple to Tanda. the next sector over.
Yeah. If I'm gonna be getting off this ship, I want to be somewhere where I know I can walk onto a military one and go deal with what I need to deal with. Temple here. It could take some time to get picked up. I'm better sticking around for now.
Up to you.
But, you know, none of you tried to do anything too weird to me so far, so I can't imagine you're gonna suddenly change tune.
You know,
Or
we're
if
not
that, like,
as weird as you think.
devil
we are.
one.
The devil one?
He came in on me when I was having a shower. Creepy.
Well,
Correction, I came in after the shower. Atlas was the one that walked in on the shower scene.
Alice isn't gonna correct that. He's rough around the edges. And doesn't have the strongest moral code.
Oh my god, you think he's hot.
I didn't say anything about what I thought.
You fuck him? Have you fucked him? Oh, you must have fucked him.
Oh,
Small thing like you,
that's small. Hey.
pretty small. She's like 6 foot. Like,
Not that small. Either way, Cyrus is decentish to us. Just don't get on his bad side. He's got a temper.
I feel that.
I feel like we were supposed to be giving you fake names, but yeah.
I know that he is Devil Boy. I also have heard a lot of your names. You've gone back and forth a few times now.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think you're gonna hand us over anyway.
I probably will. But you know, I'm stuck with you for now.
I think we'll grow on you.
Like a tumor or
Probably.
gross.
Just saying. These people have a way of... I don't know.
If it's like a tumor, killing you is pretty pretty standard.
Yeah, I still don't think that would end well for you.
I feel like you didn't understand my analogy, but sure. Thanks for checking in, Squirt. I'm all good.
Don't call me that.
What?
Don't
Squirt?
Don't do that.
You look like a squirt. Call you Feathers.
If Asher walks by, she's just like,
You can call me Atlas.
Nah, I don't really do names.
Well, I don't really do nicknames anymore, so be careful.
You call me by mine, so you want to start calling me Lieutenant? I guess you can.
I'll stick with Bunny.
Fair enough. Heard it before.
Atlas will turn tail and leave.
And you can, like, by the way, share conversations that you can insight the MP. I'm not gonna push you, but like, you can an insight check. If you want to insight people or like, you know, work at their read them through that, you need to. Or you can just go with your assumption. And yeah, as soon as you go, the door closes and you see that the terminal turns to red as it locks from the inside.
Atlas will rejoin the group.
Yeah,
We're
Sunshine,
abstaining.
Genshi, Hand, Stinkerbell, and Halberdan's hand, which is like coiled up around the stairs. Like so. Why are we all here? And I don't know why you guys can't just come down here.
We've temporarily dropped off at a Temple of Thunder. We think maybe it will give some of you the opportunity to find a place to get out and do what you need to. And we thought a temple dedicated to your kind, well, might be a little bit more spacious and fitting.
If any of you desperately need to stay, then you're allowed, but we figured curling up in the hold is probably not the most comfortable way to travel the Expanse.
I agree. Something a bit bigger for me would be good.
And I don't think you're gonna get much bigger than this.
Tinkerbell, Hands, and Genshi all kind of with each other, and Sunshine does as well. And yeah, like, I mean, they kind of go like, yeah, probably a good place for us to go if you get out of your hair and let you get up to whatever crazy shit you guys are doing.
Like we said, if you want to stay, you're more than welcome, but it's a small ship, and at least for some of you, it's not going to be the most comfortable ride. Permanent.
Yep. I mean, is there anyone of the group who you would like to try to convince to stay, or are you happy to be like, if anyone want to, do you all just like, are you gonna let them choose themselves? Or?
I think happy to give them their own choice.
Yeah. It's more like, does anyone like, is anyone
Except
like,
that straight up giant, he gotta go.
no, that's fair. No, that if you're like, yeah, Halberd has to go, we're not gonna try to make it. But like, you know, like if you say you need to get off my ship, they're gonna get off your ship. But if you're like, hey, like you have a choice, stay or go. Like it's the same way Atlas had the conversation with.
I think we're gonna
these.
give them the choice, right?
Like yeah,
Yeah, we give them the choice. They've been good to us.
Okay.
Help break us out of prison.
Genshi will agree to leave. He's got no ties to you guys. He saw some crazy shit in the last 24 hours. He's interested in keeping up on
And
it.
she's like, I'm gonna fucking go.
Yeah.
My friend died earlier.
Tinkerbell, kind of like looks to Hans and it's like, what do you think, big guy? Stick it out or hop ship and try again? Hans goes, well, I quite like the Elvish planet. Maybe we can try to get back in that direction at some point. But go. Go.
Wouldn't recommend.
Maybe give that a few thousand years.
0 out of 5 stars. Would not recommend.
So Genshi, the Hands, Tinkerbell, and Halberdan will all leave. Sunshine will say, you know, appreciate the offer. Not really my place.
Oh no, Sunshine is we fed the stray cat and now he's never leaving us.
Yeah.
I expected Sunshine to stick around anyway.
Why does that sound oh so familiar? Next, he'll be pulling out badges.
Sunshine literally says, he's like, well, you're planning on going towards, you're planning on heading up towards, like, the angel space, right? You gotta pass by where I'm from anyway. Drop me off there.
Sounds like a plan.
If you want rid of me, that is.
Asher probably grins at Cyrus like,
Angel space.
It's not really like, you know, directly en route.
I mean, I think we'll get there at some point, but like we said, it's your choice. We like having you around here.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
one more body to play Go Fish with.
Exactly. It's good. But, you know, if you're going up to, like, you know, angel space, I'm from, like, the Lingsan sector, so it's a bit further along. But you'll probably work around that way anyway. At some point.
At some point.
Yeah, so he's from the Zoic system, which is in Lingsan, which is like 4 sectors to the right of Pavo Borealis, where the dragons would be. So if you guys try to skirt around it, you're probably not going to go super close, but anywhere, like, you know, he's a bit wanted in Amalgamate space. He probably would appreciate getting out.
We haven't decided whether or not we're not going to go through Draconid space.
Yeah, you haven't
just because.
Yeah. But even still,
don't
even if
know.
you did, you wouldn't go near Lingsan. Lingsan is kind of like,
He's not that expensive to
side.
feed anyway. He's just one guy.
and the thing is, he's not like, unlike like Daze, who is skilled and is trained and has the proficiencies. Sunshine is a bit more of like, you know, he's a fighter, like a melee fighter. So like he's got skills, but not necessarily ones that are appropriate maybe for here.
We can put him on a turret. He'll be fine.
Not the best aim, but yep, he can certainly try.
He's got
just-
some dex.
He's just missing and missing. It's like, why are you so shit at this? It's like, because axe is not an aiming weapon.
Hey, axe requires aim, okay?
Axe requires
Sorry,
aim
if-
body in front of you.
If Cyrus
Yeah.
can do it, then anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm fixing the engines right now.
Maybe you can teach him how to fix the engines with you.
I'm still learning how to fix the engines. I'm still on the training
I like to
wheels.
think that in this discussion, Volger's like, maybe it would be a good time to leave the Chimera behind. That's like, no. Hard
Roger's
no.
always doing it. It's like, oh no, we're running out of food. Just
Do you
Barrows
guys
in the
get
background.
off
Oh,
with your
we've got
allies here,
enough,
or do you just drop
I think we should walk him to the door, make sure everything's okay.
I wanna explore the giant ship.
Yeah,
You want to see if
Just a little
they
bit.
sell giant pints so you can drink one like you're a tiny little mouse?
Very much so. Very much hobbit behavior.
I was going to stay on the ship and fix things, but that sounds like a lot of fun, actually, so I think I might come with you.
You kind of done all you
What
can
if they
today,
have,
Cyrus. It's
like, a
kind of getting the point,
repair
you know?
thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Giant
We're going to get off
We're
and see if
getting
we can
off to
get
stretch our
anything
legs.
to buy.
I mean, I
You know,
think if
fill
there's
the
if there's a safe place for Tewa to get off, this is probably one of the few. I mean, they're giant folk. They should be able to handle a chimera.
I
If
might
he-
just think he's a large dog, considering how big they are.
large cat, sure. Large dog, no. No dog parts.
Yeah, but he's
You
got
know.
like dog heads.
No, he's got cat head and goat head and dragon head. Maybe they'll think he's a big lizard
Has big
or goat.
man-eating head. And a big
Regardless,
man
maybe
eating
they've got some
head too.
giant
And
books I
then
can
big
give him.
man head-butting head.
Yeah, but he won't be eating anybody because he's fed, right? We did feed him. He's fed,
Yep,
right?
that was bad.
He got breakfast.
Okay, good. Then he's fine. And there's
Right.
no skulls that he can get his
Can I-
head into. It'll be fine.
Can I insight Tewa to see if he is hungry?
Tewa is always hungry.
For justice. No, that's Batman.
Tewa is
Nothing is
learning
more
how to be a
moral
hero.
compass.
Tewa
Anything.
has also speaking proper sentences, not so much broken English, but he speaks
Yeah.
properly now.
Tewa speaks, yep.
I like that Atlas was like, hee hee, fun pet, and now he can actually speak. Is like, do I have a son now?
And this is my son. You have a child. With an 18 Volgear. Tewa is always hungry. Not to the same way as the mythical creature known as an oil bear is always hungry.
He could always eat.
He could always. Tewa is an opportunistic hunter. If food
I can
presents
relate.
itself, Tewa will likely avail of it.
So
can
basically, he's like a dog, but instead of dropping a little piece of chicken on the floor, you drop like a human corpse on the
Yeah.
floor, and he's like,
Hey,
you gonna eat that?
When Volgear will test something, he will get a good berry and try and feed a singular good berry.
Sure. To
Tewa.
what head?
The goat.
Sure. Yeah, the good eats it. Well,
I was
Insight
there
again
like,
if he's hungry.
keep
Inside
your palm really flat, cause he bites.
Cyrus is looking
Ooh,
at
21.
Cyrus is looking at Volgear feeding the goat head, and he's looking at Barros, being like, "If I had a biscuit, would he do the same thing?"
Oh, 100%. Just whisper into Cyrus's ear, you don't want to know what I do for a biscuit.
I dread to imagine what you would do for a biscuit.
You know how goats chew with like their side to side, but they keep their head like super still? I like to imagine that's how Barros eats. It's like,
Chewing the cud.
Buy a packet of them.
No,
and eat them
Barros
with
just
Rogers.
goes
Like,
straight
Barros,
from mouth.
there's a biscuit.
Barros is just goes open gullet and straight from mouth to
Like Ryan
stomach.
and Jammy Dodgers, that's what it's like.
Yes, straight mouth to stomach.
Also, Atlas eating like an owl, where they just like throw their fucking head back.
I'm an opportunistic eater for biscuits. So are we getting this show on the road?
Yeah, let's do it.
Volgear, you would know that after the one good berry, Tewa seems a little more satiated, but again, would probably still be able to eat.
Tewa can always eat.
I mean, you would probably like, you know,
I'm gonna keep
a
testing with
a
another
berry.
good berry and testing.
Once he has probably like 2 good berries, probably gets to a point where like, you know, Tewa looks like, you know, they're pretty full. But if food presented itself, they
I
would
feel
still
like you
eat.
give a good berry to like the goat head and then the lion head, and then it's like, so full, but dragon head still wants one.
Yeah. No matter how much would you give Tewa, if an opportunity to eat is presented, Tewa will avail of that opportunity, it seems. Even if Tewa's like, Tewa might verbally be like, Tewa literally might literally verbally at some point be like, very full. Like, maybe like says like that out loud. But then you offer a good berry and the dragon head still eats one. Like, it just...
Olger, stop giving him so many good berries. You're gonna make him fat.
I think good berries only give you like the nutrition and the feeling of being full for a day. I don't think they actually amount to anything.
Well, anyway, I don't want him to get used to eating constant good berries.
If it stops
I
him eating people all the time, that might be a good thing.
Sometimes
he
we
did.
need him to eat.
Well, yes, but have him eat the right people, but not eat the wrong people.
You
Sounds
should
like
get me
everyday
a
people.
horse feed bag, fill it with berries, and strap it to my face, the goat head says.
We're not doing that, Marsan.
Why not?
You'll get fat.
No?
Yes, you will.
No.
Then you won't be able to wear. Then you won't be able to wear the bell.
Yeah, you'll be too fat. It won't fit around your neck. Alright, let's get on
Yep.
to the
You guys
giant temple.
dismount your ship with the everyone else, and then you head towards these big, huge, looming doors. You are, as you step off, technically exposed to the Expanse because there is no. So I mean, is anyone taking any precaution? You would know this because the airlock would have to depressurize, but it's not like you've entered like a landing bay which is like pressurized. You're like just landed on top of the ship, and there's a big like, assumedly airlock as well, like there to then cycle into the main ship. I mean, if you guys spend enough time, you could like
How far
literally
is it?
probably land for like 20 feet.
Cyrus puts on a suit.
Guys, put on a suit.
Atlas gets on Tewa's back and is like, okay, bud, we're gonna hold our breath and run for the doors. Gonna be cold.
Does anybody else want to wear a suit?
I mean, theoretically,
Atlas is betting on her mask.
a few people could do a couple of back and forths. Like one person could like wear a suit and one person could with them. Then they could go through, cycle the airlock, get changed, come back, and then that person could go back. And you could like, it would take time, but you could take multiple trips and do it.
When we're in the rush, so I think probably that would be the best. Obviously, Halberdan will have to just hold his breath.
I think
Halberdan
Halberdan could
Halberdan's
jump
a
from
frost
the ship.
giant.
Halberdan will be good.
Halberdan
feel the
is
cold.
immune to cold. Halberdan can survive the cold Expanse, no problem, and he can hold his breath
Atlas
with his
is doing it
constitution
in
for like
sol-
20 minutes.
Atlas is doing it in solidarity with her Chimera pal, which we don't have a custom suit for.
Yeah, Halberdan can hold his breath for a whopping 6 minutes.
Halberdan's good.
Oh, that's fine. He's immune to cold damage, so yeah, he can literally just like, he just walks to the door. The doors like are open, he just goes through. A couple of you guys go over the suits, and yeah, it takes you probably a good like 15, 20 minutes to kind of get everyone through. The only person who doesn't have a suitable attire for their size and form would be a Dragon and Tewa.
And Pip,
That's
but you can just
cool.
shove him in Astral.
Yeah, Pip can just share because Pip's small enough to share.
Atlas
I
will just
will
try and do a
pull.
run with Tewa. Deep breath and whole ass.
Do you leave D's on the ship?
Is that a good idea?
No, it's not. She will absolutely take this ship.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of the cold. If they sell carpenter's tools, if you could pick me up some, that would be nice. But if you want, I will stay with the ship.
Guard the rabbit.
I mean, we could just try and bring the rabbit.
The rabbit does not
Is
want
she-
to come, trust me. She's locked in her room playing teenager music.
And she's locked in my room. All right, and Cyrus will take off the suit and
Okay.
hand it to the next person.
Yep. So Cyrus and Days are going to stay aboard. Sunshine's going to come with. Sunshine's always up for an adventure.
Sunshine, Cyrus will pull out a pair of commoner's clothes, just like common clothes, and be like, maybe you should change first. I imagine me and you are of similar build.
That is a good shout. I will change clothing. Take them.
And,
You're gonna get those clothes back just full of cat hair.
Sunshine
oh, he can
also
keep
like
them.
Sunshine is like a basically a performer. He shared a lot of gym locker, like a lot of gyms, like
Just
locker
strips
rooms.
off her
He
and
just
that.
fucking like gets his kid out, like takes it off, stark naked, doesn't put underwear on, just commandos straight into the trousers Cyrus is giving him.
That's when Cyrus is like, you can just keep those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep those. I've deleted them from my inventory. I'm not taking them back.
Well, Sparrows looks on like, oh sure, he can have your pants.
Sunshine has to like rip the neck into like a V-neck a little bit for his mane to spill out, to
Fair.
he's got like the most hairy chest,
The second he starts undressing, Atlas covers Astra's eyes and is like, don't look, he's indecent.
While also like, don't
Yes,
look, he's
while
indecent.
looking.
Pip like peeks over the hand. But yeah, you guys ferry people
You are
over.
reminded once again how long and creepy Owlin fingers are. As they touch
And
your face.
how shit they are at hiding things because they're like
Skinny.
Just the wings, just envelop.
yeah, the wing would be better, yeah.
She tries with the hand, realizes that does nothing. He's like,
But yeah, so you like all ferry yourselves over a couple at a time.
Yep.
Several cycles of an airlock later, and you are all safely aboard.
how much cold damage to me and the Chimera take?
You only travel for one round, and you're able to hold your breath because nothing's going to stop you or make you fail. You both take 2 points of cold damage.
Ah, that's not bad. Chilly.
Every round you spend,
But
every
you're
time
like-
you basically for the first time you end. I think to be honest, you move so quickly, you probably don't take any cold damage. Maybe if you end your turn. It's normally if you end your turn, you take a d6 of cold damage. So if you just sprint, like you're pretty fine.
I feel like Volga's tempted to try and keep Taylor out there, but it feels bad if he makes Atlas outside.
Volga's just there like, get rid of the Chimera, murder Atlas. Get rid of the Chimera, murder Atlas.
Is it worth it? It's worth it. Too late. It's already inside. God
He's
damn
like
it.
still mulling it over when they get into the airlock. He's like, never mind.
But yeah, you see like
Are you taking a Dragon with you?
Yes.
Okay, when Cyrus gets to the bridge and sits down, he'll be like, Saparna, let me know if she leaves her room, just in case she's up to anything.
of course.
Thank you. We are talking to a god.
I'm
Just
more
little
a
piece of
fragment.
god.
No,
helps.
I know you're a fragment, but it's weird. I spent a lot of my life praying to one of you and got nothing but trouble for it. So speaking to you in a somewhat casual manner is a bit jarring.
If you would like me to cause more trouble when you speak to me, to
No,
realize
that's
your
not-
beliefs
that is-
of
that
godliness,
is-
I can do that.
No. That is
I
not
do
what I
love
asked
a
for.
good prank.
No, that is fine. Reserve all pranks for Barros, Volgir, and Atlas. Thank you.
Barros is no fun to prank. He's a fae. They practically invented it. I should know. I invented the fae.
Right. Volgir then?
Maybe. He takes things a little bit too seriously. But that's
Yeah, I
awful.
noticed he's hit me like twice just for saying something.
Yes,
Cyrus will just hunker down.
Cyrus
the rest
is
hit her
on
on.
the long watch with the ship to make sure that a certain rabbit folk doesn't steal it.
Yeah, I feel like if we just left her alone on the ship,
Yeah,
we'd be like,
100%
you see
ship
ships
is gone.
flying away.
100% the ship is gonna go.
Good call. Whoever said don't leave her alone, good call.
I specifically didn't mention her coming down for the meeting or like that. I was like, someone's gonna make a call about what the fuck we're doing with days. But yeah, you guys all travel over, and yeah, you kind of get in. You see there's like big like writing on the walls and like runes you don't really recognize. And Halberdan kind of leads the way, and he's like, "Oh, good to see the writing of my people." And he walks like 2 steps at a time down these like huge big steps. You guys, the steps themselves have actually been someone has built on them. These clearly aren't like the original design, but down the left-hand side, they've like for every 1 step, they've put like 3 steps in to make it like more easy to traverse for a normal size individual, or even for those a little bit smaller as well. And yeah, you make your way down, kind of like into the main hull of the ship, where you end up initially. You find yourself in this big, vast, kind of like open level. Seems to be the bridge. You see there's like big glass, like kind of similar to like how a like an oil tanker, like an old big oil tanker's like bridge would be. So think like big, like wide windows on the front, huge big consoles, like just all over the place. But everything is like cold and deactivated. There's no flashing lights or like sounds or anything like that. The ship is dead. It's not moving. It's an abandoned ship effectively. And built all between these big, like, giant-sized items of, machinery and technology. There are lots of, like, kind of, like, impromptu little, like, pop-up tents. And, like, very much almost like it looks almost like a medieval marketplace has kind of, like, cropped up among here. And you see there are, not that many people coming and going, but there's probably about like 10, 15 people kind of like going about their business here. One of them has clearly like was approaching the entrance after hearing the airlock cycle so many times. You see this big, broad-shouldered, grey skin, long, rounded nose, a couple of whiskers coming off it, big gith, these like big hippo men, comes up towards you. He's got this like huge like bicorn hat with a feather coming out of it. He's got a long blue and white like military coat with gold buttons all down it, and like a big white kind of like front, and he has this big like cape that as he like approaches you, he goes like, "Welcome aboard. I am Commodore Blastwind." And as he says Blastwind, his cape flutters in a non-existent breeze. If anyone is familiar with the Cloak of Billowing. Welcome to the Temple of Danda, Our Lady of the Grave.
It is a pleasure. I mean, I believe probably some of our companions are here, looking towards the giant.
My goodness gracious. Some of the ancestral folk. Please, what is your name? I'm Halberdan. These have a little back and forth. Like, Halberdan, so lovely to meet you, Halberdan. I never thought I'd see a frost giant in this flesh. Not since the blockade, of course. Terrible stuff, that size. And yeah, there's a bit of a back and forth. He speaks to Tinkerbell, he speaks to Hans. Sunshine doesn't really gain any interest in the GIF at all. And yeah, he goes like, "Well, if I can be of any help to you, you may find me up here. This is my station. I do keep a close watch on things. Most of the ship is unfortunately off limits. Some of it is quite badly damaged and depressurized. The main bridge space is the only space I can assure your safety. There's also some automated systems still online that have not been worth the trouble to deal with. We've no intention of making use of such a vast amount of space. We don't have the population or foot traffic to worry ourselves delving any deeper. And plus it helps protect us from any other strange, startling things going on."
Yeah, I'll take a look. I'll take a look around the marketplace.
Yep.
See what stalls have been set up.
A lot of the stalls are like temporary. it looks like they are hodgepodge, kind of like put together. None of them are too serious. And there's people going around. There's probably about, you would say, like at a quick glance, of the 15 people here, probably 10 of them are like tourists like you. Like they probably don't live here. They probably know everything to be here. So of them, if you like 5 people who actually would be here on a long-term basis, and that becomes very apparent. What stall do you kind of go to like first? Just a generic little food stall, like hot food, like a little food vendor. There's like a more like pub kind of style called the Dragon's Flagon. Just like off to one side.
I'm looking for books, and I'm looking for a giant cup that I can bring back for Cyrus.
Okay.
Some sort of giant vessel of.
There's a place called like the Arcanium, and it's like just a secondhand bookshop stall basically. You approach it, and you see there's no real manning at the minute, and it's just a little silent beetle. It's like, please feel free to browse. Like, someone will be with you shortly. Ring the bell for attention. And you kind of look through. Like, anything in particular you're looking for book-wise, or?
I'm seeing if Tewa wants to pick out a couple books.
Sure. Yeah, Tewa.
You may pick out a couple. You cannot take all the books. I do not have that much money. We cannot kill everyone and steal them before you ask. It's not very heroic.
They're already wanted.
Yes, but not by these people. And again, if you want to try and fight for something, books are not the answer.
I will take this one. And he picks the biggest book he can see, which is an encyclopedia of the letter F.
Sure.
Yep, it has
a lot of F words flown
a lot of F words in there.
And learn about a fish flying.
Yeah. Learn a lot of the F words. Yeah, it'll cost you.
It will literally just be that episode of Friends where Joey can only afford to buy like one of the dictionaries, and then everyone starts talking about a different topic, and he's like, "No."
Yeah. But yeah, so it'll cost you, let's say, like, for a single book, as heavy as it is, probably like 500 chits, just for a good, it's like a paper-bound book. They're kind of a commodity. A lot of things are like, digitized slates. Like, they're physical books, especially up here. On planets, different story. But here, where technology is rife and weight capacity and stuff like that is coveted, yeah, a lot of things being turned more digital.
Hand over the chits.
Yep, you hand over the chits. And as you do so, you see this big GIF woman. She's got like a little pair of like half moon spectacles on, kind of like a little like hat as well, and she's like, "Thank you so very much, dearie, for supporting us, and stay away from those little tablets, and no good at all for reading on those little I think they're called Tinders." There, she's referring to the great creation by Bamazon owner Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, well, don't really want to give anything too high-tech to the big guy. Gal.
No, most definitely not. Most definitely not. You, go try to find a big drinking flask for Cyrus. You probably would have to find that in the Dragon's Flagon.
Most stupidly oversized one I can get.
Yep. You go in.
I believe Borin.
Borin?
A dwarf appearance!
Probably Barros and Volga are already in there, because Barros is immediately there being like, "What is the biggest ale you do? The giant one? The one that I was told about?"
Yep, you go in, the bar is actually pretty empty. Even like there's no actually bartender immediately on duty until you like sit down and make a bit of noise as the chair is moving, and someone comes out from behind the back. You see this like big GIF man. He kind of comes out. He goes like, you see he's got like big like brown apron on. He's got like an eye patch over one of his eyes. And he has like a bandana like over like his head. And he goes like, "Oh, looking for a drink, are we, lads? What can I get for you?"
We've heard many a tale of giant ales.
We do those. we found some old big mugs on the ship whenever we first got here. And he gestures over to the corner of the bar. And the bar you're in, it's kind of like suitable for somebody your size. Like, as in, there are no giants here anymore. Like, the giants are long gone or have been
Just
bested.
hippo
or whatever.
people now.
But he gestures over, and there's this huge, for reference, it's probably like, you know the office, like, water, like, tanks? It's probably that size, like a big, like,
Could
metal
Atlas sit inside
mug.
one if she wanted?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like a big metal mug, with a big metal, like, handle coming off it, kind of like a big pewter-style mug. And you see, like, it had like text, like runes engraved on it at some time, but they've kind of like worn away. Halberdan, like, you know, was probably comes in with you, like, he can't really fit in, like, has got hunkered down in the entrance, and he's like, oh, I used to have one of those. That's a world's best dad mug. Those are great. And you see he like goes and pulls a couple of pints for you all. Yeah, why not? And like,
how does one end up in intergalactic prison?
one of them is like more like of a white metal, and it has like a series of like blue runes across like the top layer, and then red runes across the bottom layer. Halberdan tells you it's like a famous like sports supply company back on.
Oh my god, it's the Sports Direct mug.
Literally, a Sports Direct mug.
Is it so much bigger than the rest of the mugs?
It's bigger than. So the other one was like the size like an office water cooler. This one is like pushing like wheelie bin size. Like it's like really big.
Halberdan actually got sent to prison for failing to pay his child support.
Typical.
The pints here are monumental, as are their prices. A giant's pour, which is how it is dubbed, costs you a whopping 1,000 chits.
Atlas wants to know how much it will cost her for the mug.
Full or
She will take both prices.
full? It'll be with the 1,000 on top of whatever the actual set price is. For the mug to go, well, we don't have that many of these, so that would be quite the big ask. I would have to say about 5,000 shits would be the lowest I could go.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a souvenir.
It's the you'd have a choice. You could pick what one you wanted, like the world's best dad or the definitely not Sports Direct mug.
Thing is, you could get like an average giant mug that's like twice the size of a normal people mug,
Yeah,
and
she'll-
Cyrus wouldn't know the difference.
She'll ask if there's any smaller giant
Oh,
mugs.
you should go check out the gift shop. Sally runs it. Very, very nice lady.
Oh yeah, gift shop.
We'll just put a round of regular ales then.
Yeah. No one
Or you could just buy one ale and share it like it's a pitcher and spoons.
Yeah, you can do that. They have straws. That's probably what most people do, you imagine. Like a fishbowl in Ibiza, basically. But it's like a pint of like stout.
It's like if instead of them wheeling the kegs and using drafts, it's like, here, you just buy a keg, but it's in a very big cup.
Just knock the top off the keg. It's like, there you go.
It's like can opener the keg. It's like, okay, there you go.
Which one?
Right. I'll buy a round of regular ale.
It'll be 200 chits per drink then, just regular size. And yeah, everyone has a good wee drink. Sunshine's with you as well. He'll happily get on that round being bought for him. Genshi goes to look around as his hands, and Tinkerbell probably sits you guys for a little bit longer. Just kind of, soak up the final like memories and moments. And she's like, well, guess this is goodbye then.
Not forever.
Stay safe.
Oh, don't worry. And I'll keep an eye on them as well. It's funny, I thought for a temple it'd be more like, holy religious zealots, but it seems just, like, gift.
Maybe you could start being religious zealots.
Please. I'm already very holy. Oh, you walk right into that one. I had it teed up the second you said we were going to a temple. I was ready to go. Raring to go.
Oh,
She always is.
you're my favorite prostitute I've ever met.
And you're my favorite bird thing.
I'll take it. Okay, I have to go get Cyrus a t-shirt that says, I went to the giant temple and all I got was this stupid t-shirt.
Yeah, I think I saw one over there written in giant.
There you go. And Atlas will try and find a big mug at the gift shop.
If you go to the gift shop instead, this has, you find like a porcelain version of the one that like they had, like the big metal one that they had. Just like a white porcelain mug with like the blue and red runes. Which you can pick up for Cyrus. It'll cost you only about 200 chits for that. For the novelty t-shirt as well, if you want to get one, it'd be like 300 chits. It'll effectively serve as half of a, I'll call it a costume.
I'll just get the mug.
Mug.
I don't have that much money.
There's like a woman there, like a gift woman. She's got like long, curly, blonde hair that kind of falls by her shoulders.
There's not a mug that says, I went to the temple and all I got was this mug.
Oh yeah, there's one of those as well. Yeah, it's the same price.
10 out of 10. Get that.
Get that one instead. And yeah, like
Beros will get the t-shirt.
Beros gets the t-shirt. No pants, Beros. There's none
No
anyway
pants.
for sale. And the like female gift is like, oh, thank you so very much. I hope you enjoy your items.
Atlas talks
okay.
Kawa down from wanting to buy a t-shirt because they're on any in his size. They're not
Those three
set
heads.
up like that.
Yeah. Well, he could go like, he could just go like head, arm.
Yeah.
You know?
But then where do
That's
his
what the goats are
arms
doing.
go?
It goes like it would just go around our neck. What's everyone's like passive perceptions? Or even passive
Not
insight?
great.
18.
14.
What are your insights, Astra and Atlas?
18.
17.
It becomes very apparent that every single merchant or operator of all these stands is Commodore Blastwind in different disguises and doing different voices.
10 out of 10.
That's why every stall has a little bell to ring for attention, or like, and you see that he must like run around the back, do some kind of quick change, and then comes out. And you only catch on because at one point he like forgets to take the eye patch off when he's dressed up as Sally. And then halfway through it's like, oh, like pulls it down. But like it looks like Beros hasn't noticed. And neither has Volga.
Atlas will just look to Astra and give a look of like, did we say something?
Asher gives a face like, no, and that goes back to looking at the key rings that she was going to pick out one for
Yeah.
Cyrus. If she finds one that looks like a little wing, she'll pick it out for him.
Sure, make me
She
just a
can-
little investigation check, see if we can like sift through
Or
the
even-
bargain bin effectively.
Yeah, or like a red ribbon, anything like that. Okay, investigation. Where are we?
I should stay on the ship more often. Everybody's buying me stuff.
Like when you go on holiday, you like buy people like
Yeah.
souvenirs, like little gifts. And you like spend a lot of time looking through. The closest you can find is it's clearly like a broken hollow strap charm. It probably used to be of an angel, but it's snapped off at the narrowest point, which is where the wings connected to the body. So it's just wings attached to like, you know, the little like keychain a bit effectively.
Kind of apt, to be honest.
Yeah, so but it's clearly been it's clearly like a broken, like there clearly was more to this at some point. It has been broken. Sally's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll do that for you for 50 chits, dear. Thing is
Is
damaged.
there any? She low-key wants to see if she can find like a headbands rather for Tower, but it's like there's none that'll fit up there. No. Okay. And then she'll just get the keyring.
I mean, if you want to look for
Low-key
any like
mending it on her way
paint
back.
or if you want to look for paint or anything or bells or
Not at a gift shop. Everyone knows the prices at a gift shop are extortionate.
But yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else, I mean, you guys can go. There is also the main somewhere that you guys haven't actually been yet. Is actually the main point of worship for Tanda. It is up by the main captain's helm right at the window. It's kind of like up on top of the helm, so you have to like climb a big grand flight of stairs that could have been added on after back, all the scaffolding with hodgepodge. We see this big holy symbol of Tanda, which is kind of like a this is actually I never actually said what the symbols of any of my gods look like. I've only just realized it now. Tanda is the god of the Greers and the Giantkin, so she is probably like a big stylized kind of like a giant's, like similar to how you see the runes of the giants kind of laid out, but it is of a half-setting sun, and then a line goes through it, and then like a crescent moon underneath.
Atlas will go throw a little prey to Brave.
I bet Barros will do the same.
Sure, do the same.
Yeah, so you go up.
She'll be respectful.
Ogre would, but he's asleep.
See, like, yeah, you go up and like have a little kneel, and you see, and you can see like the bridge is deliberately faced towards the beautiful dancing red and purple Aurora Borealis before you all. And yeah, like it's down. Say or do you give an offering? There's like a little like bowl in front of the altar as well. There's a few like physical donations. I'm not as the old military. Some are like, you know, you probably see that there's like a little like a few little small trinkets in there. There's like a dagger. There's like, you know, sift through them. You can look through them if you want to have a little.
I think Barros will put 20 silver in there.
There you go. And yeah, you have a little pray. Is there anything you'd like to say? I know that Barros alluded that maybe there was a time when he would consider like his allegiances would fall in line more with Tanda than Morana, I think, because after he realized the true nature of Morana versus maybe what Tanda kind of more stood for, that kind of like battle between the three of Elias, Morana, and Tanda, whenever a soul fell into question, how Tanda kind of basically decided where the soul should go, whether they should return to life or fully move on to the afterlife. While like Elias and Morana kind of battled for their, you know, respective right over it. And they, you know, gave their reason.
I think Barros will kneel down and be like, "Yo, what up? It's your boy Barros. My friends have been hearing voices in their heads, so I thought it would be pretty cool if I had someone to talk to, because, you know, everyone's so cool and like feeling left out."
Are you saying this aloud? That's just standing next to you.
For sure. But like in full prayer like stance.
Yeah. D100 Barros.
So 6.
Spill your heart out in front of your friends on the altar.
If that's the case, I'll be like, "Right, the gods don't exist, fuck you," and I'll just storm off.
Yep.
Barros, we literally have one on the.
I don't fucking get.
Atlas will kneel and be like, so not really any of the gods I've associated myself with, but considering what we've been up against recently, I figure anyone willing to lend a little hand would be handy.
Make me an Arcana check, Alice. Kneel down at the altar.
11.
There's something in that altar feels like magical. You don't know what it is. There's something that like pile and that pile of trinkets. Something like catches your. It's like something catches your eyes. Like something. Ooh, it's almost like a good smell. Like kind of like.
Can I have a little sift through the bowl of trinkets?
Yeah, if you want to look through the donation pile, certainly.
I'm not taking. I'm just looking. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just
keep
thinking
judging.
about it.
Are you just looking, or are you
What are you
touching?
doing? You're not meant to touch them.
Why can't I touch them as long as I'm not taking them? They're still being offered. I'm just having a look. It's like looking at someone else's birthday presents.
Sure. Make me a perception check then. You just have a little sift through and searching for whatever it is it's trying to call out to or stand out to.
Crit fail.
Reveal. You start looking through, and a hooded figure comes up from behind you. And what do you think you may be doing, young bird folk? And you turn around, you see a large Gith,
The same
hooded
fucking
robe.
guy.
You can't tell because the robes are over his eyes. But you could tell it is him because you see the gold curly locks of Sally coming out from the hood that he hasn't had time to fully tuck in yet. Is hasting it up here when he saw you fucking with the altar.
Sorry, Sally, I was just looking.
Oh, Sally is down at her stall. I am High Priest Whisperfuck.
Sorry, High Priest Whisperfuck. I was just looking.
I'm just High Priest Whisper. I stubbed my toe. What I was speaking.
You just can't hear, but Ryan's properly giggling.
Tell me, do you know the difference between life and death?
Roughly. Recently met some folks who, seem to be hanging out somewhere in between, but...
Most disgusting. I should hope you make a point of not associating with those people going forward. Our Lady
they
does
were
not
trying to
treat them
kill me,
kindly.
so I wouldn't really call it associating.
Marvelous.
But, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what life and death is. Why, any nuggets of wisdom? For a high priest like yourself?
They are not quite as different as you think.
That's the kind of wisdom I expect from just folk. No offense, Astra. Little offense taken. I could have sworn there was something magic in that pile. I don't know. Well, no matter. Not mine anyway.
Get
Maybe we could
Astra's try
become
looking
gods,
what you
and
say
then people
that.
would just
Yeah,
give
look.
us stuff.
Or the Arcana.
Perception if you're just looking through, or...
The Whisperfuck, is that a traditional Gith name, or...?
Whisper. Sorry, I stubbed my toe on the stairs. I was
Nope.
coming up. High Priest Whisper. 7. Nothing you can immediately see, but you look at actual perception check to see if you can spot anything that might, like, set off any alarm bells.
Okay.
The Arcana was more to see if Alice understood what she was feeling or, like, worked out what it was. You don't really feel the same.
Oh
you
my
don't feel the
god.
draw.
Well,
Make me a religion check,
Changing
and this will
best.
decide whether or not you have picked this thing out from among the pile, or you simply shrug it off as something generic and random.
sorry, my Discord's being like.
Just roll a religion check. I think it's probably the same as your Arcana, so just roll like a d20 plus 1 even on roll 20, or even like on physical dice.
Yeah. Do that. Because every time I scroll to the bottom, it's coming back up again.
You don't have proficiency in religion?
I don't know. I can't see her character sheet.
I'm
Well,
asking Mary
she's
because
a
I'm
cleric,
like,
she
what?
Clerics very
Clerics
rarely.
don't need it, because it's an intelligence
It's
skill.
intelligence stat, yeah.
Ah.
I know I did something. No, that was nature.
Because I gave Meriwether proficiency in religion because her intelligence
Nope,
was so
that's
low
stick.
that she would have had
Never
like
mind.
minus in religion as a cleric.
You like sift through,
Ooh.
you see that there's a holy symbol of Tanda like in the bowl, and you're like, maybe that's what Atlas is talking about. There's like a holy symbol in there, but like there's nothing apparently magical. There's no like glowing hammer with runes across it, and there's nothing like big or grandiose. It's all like these are all like small things, just like a carved like wooden bird, like like a rabbit's foot, like a little holy symbol, like a pile of coins that Barros has dropped in. Like
Steal
there's
the
nothing.
rabbit's foot and slide it under Daze's doors as
Yes.
threat.
Jesus Christ.
And this is why we don't let Atlas make group decisions anymore.
Other than the holy symbol, I'm not seeing anything.
Maybe I just imagined it. Been a long couple days, couple weeks. Been a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, we should probably get out of here before Tewa decides that he likes something else, because I am running out of money. And
Tewa has already finished reading the book.
quick, before he decides he wants another book.
We get more plants. I can get him plants.
Spoil him.
And if I get him plants, there's less chance he'll eat me when I'm a popsicle again. So
The first time, he just thought about it briefly. And who hasn't thought about eating their allies?
I have.
Weirdo.
Okay. Astra walks a good bit ahead of you. He's just like slightly creeped
Oh,
out.
you want to pick up a plan or another book?
Tewa like looks around. The next biggest book they can see. This one is it's like a travel guide to Amalgamate Space, and it has like
That might be wasted on you.
top 150 tourist destinations, like that kind of thing, like must-see sites.
Buddy, we're fleeing Amalgamate Space. That might not be a good pick.
It may be the only time I may see.
Yeah, sure.
And like the precaution over
It
like
was
100 shits.
Look, it mentions how no one's ever escaped the prison in here.
Sure, I'll buy that one.
Is the prison a tourist destination?
I imagine it would mention the Umphalos and everything on it that is of note.
Yeah, probably does.
Visit the inescapable. Check.
It has like a little guide at the back of like everything it has, like, you know, tick this off when you've seen it, like kind of thing. But yeah, so you guys, I mean, if there's anything else you want to achieve or do here, you can just head back to the Chimera.
Out of here.
Head
I
back.
think we're all good.
Atlas, rides back on Tewa, triumphantly holding her novelty mug aloft.
Yep, as quick as you go, and you know, with the suits kind of going back and forth, it takes you a little more time to like, you know, just do the back and forthing. But eventually you all end up back aboard. But while that was happening, while you were all on board,
Cyrus
after
sadly
about-
sat because Hayes refused to play Go Fish with him.
D is her name, it's not Hayes.
Days, not Hayes.
He is.
Like as in, like I'm in a daze.
Yep.
D-A is a D.
Like a rabbit in the headlights.
So partner will warn you,
Sorry.
Cyrus, after about 20 minutes, and she's like, the door to the room Daze is in has just opened.
Can you tell where she's going?
I don't really have inward eyes, I just have senses from
Nope,
the door.
that's all right. Just wanted to ask. Don't know what the breach of your scope is.
Most of my senses are exterior, and on some systems. I can tell you what temperature the engine is right now.
No, that's fine. Thank you.
105
Cyrus.
Celsius.
Got it. Great. Thank you. Cyrus, we're about to go to intercept.
You kind of like come out of the like kind of move through. You come out into the mess hall. You don't see anything unless you start looking around. Or do you want to go upstairs? She would be the floor above you if she was.
This is where she steals the ship with Cyrus on it.
I think if she's going to take anything, she'll need to come to this floor. So Cyrus will probably just like maybe make a coffee and just sit in the mess hall watching the stairs.
Good plan. Yeah, you kind of put yourself up in that central area, so she can't really like, you know, she has to cross through. Okay, time passes. Eventually, Cyrus, you hear the sounds of the airlock cycling. You haven't seen these at all come downstairs.
That's not good. I will go to where I hear the airlock.
Okay, you go to the airlock. You go downstairs to the hold, and yeah, you see the airlock cycling, and you see probably Atlas.
Cyrus, look at this big mug I bought you.
Yeah, you probably probably Barrel's there as well. Maybe Astra. They're kind of like the little back and forth to get sunshine and.
Look, it's got giant on it. I don't know what it says.
Oh, yeah, I don't read giant either.
Look how big it is. You could fit like, I don't know how many pints in. I didn't ask. A lot,
That's-
probably.
That's great. Thank you very much. I'll be right back. And then Cyrus will go upstairs to
He wasn't as appreciative as I thought. I should have got the bigger one.
Daze's floor.
You go back upstairs to the mess hall and then up another level. Well, you're past reception. When you get back up to the mess hall level, you notice that the door to the engine bay, which has been closed for the last half an hour, is open.
Into the engine bay.
Empty. Nothing strange or startling here.
No panels, no
In
nothing.
the vents.
It's all you left it as far as you were aware.
Can I check the engine?
Sure. Make me like check with your normal engineering kind of style. Probably is gonna be more intelligence based here because you're like, looking for anything out of place or out of sorts, or even like wisdom, I guess.
Oh, that was nearly an 18.
Nothing stands out, obvious, Cyrus.
Go upstairs.
Yeah, back out, go upstairs. The door to Jesus' room is closed.
Is it locked?
It's not locked.
Knock on the door. Open the door.
Then you open the door. Shh. Room is empty.
She's in the goddamn walls.
I go
You
back
would
to the
see
engine
that,
room.
I mean, the room is empty, but you would see that her a few of her bits and pieces are still here. Her headphones are on the bedside table. There's obvious signs she's not packed up and left. Her general accoutrement was here, but she's she only has one set of clothes, so she's got a spare change or anything like that.
Back to the engine room.
Yeah, back to the engine room.
Checking the panels, more specifically, she's gone somewhere,
Start
and
going
this
through.
is the only place.
Look for any loose panels, sure. I'm making me an investigation check. It sounds like a perception check if you're looking.
Both are not very good. Go with perception.
Come upstairs,
That's
Atlas,
okay.
and Cyrus is going up and down in the engine room.
Did you not like the mug? Because I can take it back if you.
No, I like the mug. It's just I'm dealing with something right now.
The engine
Cyrus,
okay?
a good search. The engine room is fine. The panels have not been loosened. And there's nothing propped up. They're all secure. There's no way she could be hiding in them because it would be impossible for her to seal them up again.
What are you looking for?
The rabbit.
You lost the rabbit.
She opened the door, and I went into the mess hall to see if she was doing anything or coming downstairs. She never came downstairs. I heard the airlock, but that was you. So
Have you
unless she
tried
opened the other
calling
airlock,
her?
that's sorry. That's bad. Daze,
Yeah.
Maybe the ammunition thing.
where are you?
You hear the come from the bridge.
Oh, that's
Turns
not
around.
good. Alice will start running.
Yeah, I'll also start running.
You come in. Diaz is sat in Beros's chair, the pilot seat, with her big bunny feet up on the dash. And Sir Parna's like, you really shouldn't have your feet up there. If you hit a control, you could accidentally start something. It's like, I know what I'm doing.
Cyrus, you had one job.
How
One
did you get
job.
into the bridge? The only way you could have got here was past B through the mess hall. How
See,
did
she's
you get?
reading a book, it was a manual. She's like, well, I came downstairs and went in the engine room and tinkered for a while. Then I heard the airlock cycle, and I came out, and then I walked up here to the bridge because you had gone downstairs with your big heavy feet.
Tinkered in what way?
You do have big heavy feet.
I was
Shut
just
up.
looking at your repairs, making sure that they're suitable. They're fine. Ooh, that's cool. And she starts pushing some buttons.
Stop! Whoa! Stop! What are you doing? I will try and intervene with the button pressing.
Whoa! Don't interrupt my code. on.
What are you trying to do?
What are you coding first?
Every ship has some weird fucking dumb features that the pilot thought would be a good idea that he got sold and he got out of them. This one, she hits a final button, and then from the dashboard, like two things shoot out because it has cup holders, and two cup holders extend out from the dash. She's like, it's all in here. You just gotta read the book. She sets it down.
Kind of fun.
Okay.
You
One
probably
ship I
shouldn't
found
be
had
in
like
here, though,
confetti
or-
cannons in it, but this one, no joy.
You probably shouldn't be in here though. Everyone's kind of on high alert that you're gonna, steal the ship and fuck off.
If I wanted to steal the ship and fuck off, I would have taken the shuttle from the shuttle bay a long time ago.
There was kind of a giant in the way before.
Not for the last, like, 40 minutes. And no offense, I feel like I could have gotten down the stairs
We
faster on
thought
the
Cyrus
engine
was going to
bay.
guard you better.
That's
in
really
my
your
defense-
fault?
In my defense, I had Suparna watching her door, so as soon as the door opened, that's when I left the bridge.
A quick bunny.
She never. Surprisingly quick and quiet.
I have a bell and I will make you wear it.
No, don't put the bell on her. You know where it's been.
I don't want to know where the bell has been now that that's been
Yeah,
suggested.
you don't want to know where the bell has been. Don't make us put the bell on you.
I mean,
Did the bell?
wow.
Did you put the bell up your ass? Do birds even
No.
have an ass?
Cyrus looks a little quizzical at Atlas.
How is this the second time you guys have asked this question? How do
Just
you
say-
know nothing about bird folk?
Never seen one before, honestly.
Never seen a bird folk before.
Ah, first one.
Oh, I'm not a very good specimen.
I've seen lots of like birds, and they like shit on things all the time. So I assume they just like have like a hole that shit falls out of.
Suppose it makes sense. Malgood Space isn't anywhere near Utopia Major or anything like that. They don't really cross paths that much either.
You've seen bird folk before, though, right?
Yeah, because I lived in proximity to you.
Just slightly alarmed by the idea that I might be the first bird folk people are seeing.
How do you think I feel? Everyone thinks I'm a tiefling.
Close. Usually they zoom distance delivering messages and whatnot.
It's okay. I just think they're like Devil Boy.
Cool.
Technically,
Yeah,
he's
sure.
a half devil boy, I think.
That sounds less fun. Devil Boy is more fun.
Devil.
He's definitely not Devil Man.
Devil Angel.
I'm pretty sure we should
Kinda
be
contradictory.
using the term devil.
Oh yeah,
anyway.
devil's a slur. We're not meant to say that. We're meant to say
Fiend.
in
Fiend.
yeah. Fiend boy? Boy fiend. No, that sounds like boyfriend.
You would know,
No.
it is the devil. Is this way? He's referring to like the one true devil. That's
okay.
like slur.
Yeah, but Atlas did not understand that
Yeah.
at all. She's like, devil is a slur.
But Cyrus would know that devil is not a slur.
The
but-
devil.
But saying
Don't refer to
the
it as
devil,
the
as in
devil.
like the devil refers to the creator of Devil's Lore, but like he does not.
It's
imply-
like like
guess-
saying Jesus Christ.
I guess devil boy's better than like one horn or something.
Yeah, or tiefling.
Or daddy issues.
Why would anyone call you tiefling? You got like normal sized teeth. I've got big teeth.
I don't know if you're trying to be funny or not. Is she trying to be funny?
Inside her to see if she's trying to be.
It's a checker.
I'm not
24.
insulting her because I have no hope.
She doesn't seem to understand what a tiefling is.
I don't think she knows what a tiefling is.
Yeah, he's like a devil. He's got like red skin, horns, like pointy tail. Devil. That's what a devil is, isn't it? My accent keeps
yeah.
changing. I'm supposed to be like Valley Girl.
Yeah, so there's a sub-race that you probably haven't met, given Amalgamate Space. Tieflings are like mortal devils, half-devils. It's a race.
Devil lineage.
Is your dad a
Thank you.
tiefling or a devil?
Tiefling.
Barely
an
any
asshole.
devil in you at all, then.
It's lineages, you know, I'm not exactly an angel, but I have angelic lineage and demonic lineage.
I don't really know how my lineage works. Apparently, owling came from giant owls once upon a time.
Yeah, I could understand that.
I'm
So-
a little bit afraid of where my lineage comes from.
We all know where your lineage comes from.
Yeah, we're slightly terrified of it too.
When a mummy human and a daddy goat love each other very much.
You get Biscuit Boy.
Listen, my dad is a full-grown satyr, okay? He's not full goat. My granddad, he's almost goat. I think he may be quarter goat.
We meet his granddad and it's just a goat standing on two legs. Like,
I can see the resemblance.
You have your grandfather's eyes. Meh.
Yeah, I'll leave the bridge alone if you guys are so worried. I'm gonna steal a ship.
It's just until we get to know you better. Caution is a good thing when you've seen the things we've seen. And you
wanna
have
take my
seen
multi-tool
a
back?
fraction. No, you can hold on to that.
I trust her. She discovered the cup holders. You know how long I've been wanting cup holders? I was speaking to Volga just the other day.
Barros
about
keeps
how much
going
I
like,
really
oh,
want
I
it."
wish there was someone put my cup like right
See,
here.
this is the
Maybe you
schmuck
should
who
read
could have
the
bought the
manual.
ship and was upsold cup holders. Who the fuck needs cup holders?
People who
Me.
want to drink and worry about
needed to
spilling
hold
it
the
on their
biscuits.
dash.
Cyrus will pick up the manual and just like press it against Barros' chest, be like, maybe you should read this if you're going to be captain of this ship.
And when you're done with it,
It's
give
like
it to me.
it's honestly like 200 pages. It's like the fucking manual you see in, like a car, like on the side. It's literally like, you know, and it's like, you know, here's like the automatic handbrake. How
But
did,
if you're not
Oh
gonna
my God.
read it, can I have
Look
it?
to
Because Tewa tears through literature like you wouldn't believe, and he
No,
loves
no.
thick things.
No,
Does
no.
it also go
you
through all
can,
the optional extras that you
And
didn't?
any of us.
It just adds
you,
everything that
you
you
can
didn't
have it once
actually buy.
You can have it once I give it to my Terwa and hands it to Volga.
you see a Dragon's like on Volkir's shoulder, like looking around.
Need to get him another head.
So, like yes,
I'm sure you'll.
Daze will look at Sunshine and then like look back at you, but don't say anything. Daze seems to be a little bit intimidated by Sunshine. He's quite like big and physically strong, quite
He's
imposing.
big and shaped like something that eats rabbits.
Yeah. She's a little bit intimidated by Tewa and Sunshine. Very apparent. She's not intimidated by any of you guys.
Fair. We're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah,
Alice
she
is
rolled a
not very
19 on her stealth check to
intimidating.
get to the engine bay, and then she rolled an 18 on her stealth check to get to the bridge. She literally just went around Cyrus.
I'm not very perceptive,
Yeah, he's
okay?
not. He's not. She rolled very well.
Next time I'll guard the bunny rabbit.
That might
But
be a
if you
good
didn't
idea.
want me to do something, you gotta tell me. That's not my fault.
We don't want you to
Okay,
do
well,
anything.
okay, we don't
But I'll
want to,
breathe.
like, we don't want to make rules, okay? We don't want to, like, we're not your captors, okay? We brought you with us to get you out of a bad situation, which nobody, well, some people might have survived, but majority wouldn't have. For the time being, if you want to program anything or work on the engines, just let us know beforehand. Don't go sneaking around, it just creates suspicion.
I didn't touch anything. I just had a look at what you did. And I figured if I went looking, you would think I was up to something. Exactly like you have been thinking I'm up to. You go double check your work. I've not done anything. I don't know
You
why I've
can't-
gone to
you
like
can't-
New York or some reason.
You
Hey!
Stop changing your accent! You can't
Valley
blame
Girl.
us
Hey,
for
how's it going?
being-
Sorry, yeah, no, it's my bad. It's a hard one to keep up for some reason.
You can't blame us for being cautious considering where we've come from, what has happened, and the fact that, well, we were wrongfully imprisoned.
You also said
And
that
then
you were
had to
going to
break out.
report us the second you had the chance, which doesn't foster
did.
much trust. Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that, and that creates more suspicion. So
I'm not
just
gonna do it
run-
until I'm like, you know, back safely at the helm of an amalgamate ship.
But you could just not do it at all.
They're gonna ask where I've been, and I'm gonna say that I was, you know, abducted and then like taken on a little jolly by people who stole a ship, and then that's gonna ask questions. I'm not
Okay,
gonna sit
so
on knowledge like when I'm
Fair
gonna be
enough.
in the hot seat.
Whenever that bridge comes up, you cross it however best suits you. But for the time being, we're all on the same page here.
I
So
agree.
just
Look,
run it.
I was trying my best to not learn your names, and then you started all using them with me and telling me, oh, my name's not, you know, Squirt, or my name's not Devil Boy, you know? Like, I was trying to get away.
Sorry. Squirt?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
Squirt.
like it either.
Points to that.
Barros will just start bursting out in laughter.
I feel like there's a mode of squirt, and Cyrus just looks down.
Asher's fighting
is
a
not
smirk,
my new
but also,
name.
like,
I do not do nicknames.
I mean, it could be.
I do not do nicknames.
I think if
Nobody
anyone
calls me
had
by a
way of calling
nickname.
you-
I will fight every single one of you if I have to.
To be fair, I don't want to get stabbed.
I think-
you
I
stab
think
yourself.
that
It's not fun.
My
It's
name
not
is
fun.
Atlas.
He calls me Bunny.
I feel like we all look at each other and just like, yeah, it's going to be worth it.
You've got Beardy Gonzalez over there, also known as No Talks a Lot. Got
That's pretty accurate.
I was gonna say Goat Man, but Goat Man's kind of boring.
Lame.
Pantsless Man, I don't know. Sounds like you're.
Biscuit boy.
Does he like biscuits? Is that a thing?
He loves
He
biscuits.
fell in love with
he-
a biscuit generating snake.
What?
What? It was a biscuit generating snake. You know how many biscuits I could have? I dreamed about it. And then it turned into my mother, which I think probably has some unrooted, deep psychological trauma there. But, you know, biscuits?
And I thought I was fucked up.
Yeah, but I accept my fucked upness. You still gotta deal with yours.
Hey, he's working through it. He smashed that skull.
Thank you. Yeah. What Atlas said.
What about Astra?
To be honest, like, she's barely spoken to me or really interacted with me like at all. Kind of short. But I've already have a squirt, you know, so I have
You
to go.
can be Squirt. I will give up that title.
I think the harder you fight it, the more it's going to cement it in her head that
I'm
she's
gonna
going to
start
call you
stabbing her
Squirt.
the next time she uses it.
Sure. You can be
No,
Bird Brain and she
stabbing.
can be Squirt. That seems fair.
I don't know. Is
You
that
do have a
better?
bird brain. That's not like, that's not an insult. You're a bird and you have a brain.
Alice slowly starts reaching for him.
Cyrus slowly starts reaching over her hand, being like,
Just call her
no.
Stabbyville, because that works.
Or
I'm gonna
feathers.
go brush Tower.
Yes, go do that in a safe location. ushers her out of the room.
Yeah, we got King of the Jungle out there, and we got whatever the fuck. That's the three-headed
That's a
thing.
fitting name. That's a fitting name for Tawa. Sometimes, it's just, what the fuck. I'm gonna go look at my new mug. Because I was like head down to the bay to like pick up the mug
You
that was
see
bought for him.
Atlas rage brushing Tower.
I realize we're all a bit much, and so I was just trying to give you your space considering circumstances, but yes, I'm Astra. And then she runs away to the med bay.
Astra, make me a insight check.
Atlas just calls as she's leaving the room. I hope your dad died to the illithid.
Make an insight check with advantage.
Okay. 18 is the highest.
Okay.
That
As-
is trying to
As
antagonize
Atlas says that, you see like a little something breaks in her like facade she's got going on. You can tell this is someone who's hurting deeply and is trying to hide it and push it away with humor and deflection and in any way she can, and just to keep pushing attention away from herself. And you notice a little crack in her demeanor when Atlas says that.
Oh
she
yeah,
kinda, like,
breaking
She kind
her.
of laughs a little bit. It's like, haha.
All
Everest
you
is a
hear from
bitch.
all you hear from the bridge is, what the fuck, Atlas?
Really?
Yeah,
You're
that was
surprised
dark.
by that?
Good for you.
I've murdered people and I'm not that fucking mean.
Alice is already gone. She left with that statement.
2 minutes later, you
Tower
see
with
Cyrus.
rage.
You see Cyrus carrying this very large cup, and he seems to carry it very delicately.
Astra probably turned to this like, if you want to hang out with somebody not talking at you, you can hang out in med bay. I'll not rush you.
Make me a precision
And
check.
I'm sorry. Okay. 14. Nearly not 20.
I'm good.
Astra shrugs and walks away.
Well, if you need anyone, like review your work or whatever, give me a shout. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a shower.
Oh,
As Cyrus sets down his mug, he realizes he's still covered in oil, and he's like, shit, I need a shower. and she's using my shower. She's in my room. Where am I gonna shower? Looks over at Barros's cabin.
You mean
Well, you can
Barros?
use my shower
Barros's cabin
anytime.
that Atlas is currently brushing the Chimera in.
I should probably look at Cyrus like, I don't think it's safe in there, but also I'm
less worried about Atlas and the Chimera. I'm more worried about Barros sneaking into my shower.
Yeah, that's my point. It's not.
Okay.
Sneaking into your shower or sneaking your pants that aren't on you when you're in the shower?
Both.
I'm
Both.
gonna have to wear my pants into the shower.
Cyrus has been showering in his pants since day one.
He probably sets the mode down and like walks into Barros's room and looks at Atlas and be like, "Can I use your shower, please?"
Like the one in here or the one in my room?
No, the one in your room.
Yeah, just don't touch anything.
How am I meant to? How can I not
Except
touch
the
anything?
shower controls, obviously.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. And then Cyrus will go up to Atlas's room to shower. He will lock the door.
Bulgir, you and Barros are down there to
Alice-
control.
Alice
And
told
so
me
partner
not to.
says, like, just so you know, I believe Cyrus has entered Atlas's shower. As per your pre-request, Barros to note whenever Cyrus enters any kind of bathroom.
Also, you go in Atlas's room where she's told you not to touch anything, and it doesn't look like she's ever even been in this room. Like, it is exactly the same.
There's still bloodstains and
Yeah,
stuff.
like,
from
it
the
hasn't
fight.
even been cleaned.
I feel like Morgir's just like inputting data just stops momentarily. Like slight squinting. Just kind of shakes his head and just carries on inputting data.
Volga's just there like,
Yeah.
huh, he's fucking Atlas.
Cyrus will probably clean the room because blood is not sanitary. And it's just like, that's not good. That's gotta go. And this is soaked in.
Starts cleaning up the blood, gets oil everywhere, has to clean up the oil.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm gonna make a mess anyway. I'm just gonna fucking clean this place before I clean myself, and then I'll clean myself, and then I'll clean this place again because oil and blood and shit everywhere.
Shit.
Yep, shit as well.
Cyrus shits himself.
You think somebody
While
dies and they
cleaning,
don't shit
Cyrus shits
themselves?
himself. It's canon, it happened.
Every single time.
That's why he washes with the pants on. He got a washing machine.
Yeah, so however long it takes me to do that, that's what Cyrus does.
Atlas tries to put some braids through Merlot's mane and then gets quickly very frustrated as she realizes she has no idea how to do that. She has literally never touched hair before.
I mean, where are you doing that?
In the little, like, lounge bit of the captain's
The
quarters.
door's closed or open?
Door open, probably.
Sunshine probably has walked past. He was like, "Hang on, let me get a hand with it." He like sits down, like he probably like pats her, like ghosts you with the pottery that comes behind you, like big lumbering form. It's like, no. So it's not like normal. You don't have hair. Okay, well this is really easy. So imagine it's like hair. Imagine your feathers are like hair, right? You know, if you just tie them two at a time, you're gonna make a knot. You don't want to make a knot. You need a third one in order to keep it loose and floosy. And he goes through and he starts like, like helping like breathe. And the mane is quite short, so you have to like it's almost like lots of like small little ones. But then he braids the shorter ones into like a longer braid. And it can never be it can only ever be like, a little bit shorter than his actual mane length would have been. But he kind of like braids it together from the chin down to like the chest. It almost like comes together in this big like sharp prominent kind of like mane, and the same at the back, like it kind of comes up almost like a mohawk, like kind of like a mohawk of braids all the way down to like the middle of Kemo's back. And Sunshine does not have braids anything like this. Like his mane just lands loose and shaggy, and like he explains it as he's talking. He's like, these are like every braid is supposedly someone you kill in battle, and and he goes through it. Like they explain the story about how like it's literally every braid is something like you've beaten in battle or like killed in battle. Like if you lose, then basically the idea is that you would cut your braids off, and then you would grow your mane out again, and then like you would start fresh.
Do you not kill anyone ever? Or
Oh no, I've killed
what,
people,
or-
but I've been beaten enough times to accept that, like, sometimes it's better just not to count. If you don't have any braids, you need to shave, and I look bad bald.
I imagine I would too.
I look a lot like my mother, and I love the woman, but she's not a pretty picture.
I don't know what I would look like shaved. I don't
Probably
think
like
I've
a
ever
like a
seen-
chicken. You ever seen like a chicken breast?
I don't think so. My brother had no feathers at one point, but I didn't see him.
Did you look like a giant chicken? Like a roast chicken, like before you put it in the oven.
I don't know if we have chickens.
Really good. We should get some. Tasty.
I'm always up for eating birds. Freaks people out.
Okay, that took a weird. I thought you were making some kind of lesbian joke. That's fine.
I mean, I'm not against that, but
Okay, I'm not a lesbian. Apologies. My main shaved, I probably look like one. I will give you that. Now I've implied my mother looks like a lesbian. He's like an intern.
I thought women normally had more hair. Is that not a thing? Like, Astra's got like all the hair.
Not lionesses, not leonesses. No, they don't have manes.
Huh.
These big, beautiful things. They're for us men to attract the sexy ladies, you know, or for the unattract the lesbians. I guess maybe they hate them.
I guess
Not
it's
gonna
an
lie,
easy way to tell people.
I don't know much about lesbians.
Who does? Lesbians, probably.
Honestly, probably not. I bet Days is one. Days gives lesbian vibes.
You could ask her.
I don't want to get hit or shot.
I think she's a little bit scared of you.
She should be. Have you seen me? And he starts making his pec stance under his shirt.
Yeah, you're not very scary.
Fuck you. I'm the king of the jungle, baby. You know, king of the arena.
If anything,
Rawr.
I've been told that I'm not very good at telling what is and isn't scary. For
Yeah.
example, this fella here, absolutely adorable.
Well, yeah, he's scary, like, you know, murder your whole family and wife and kids. I'm scary on, like, you know, like, I'm physically imposing. I'm not scary on, like, the, you know, Boo, you know? He could be Boo. He points to the goat head. Ugh. Where's my bell? He
Don't
got
have one
braids.
yet. Yes, but Aramon doesn't have war paint yet, so
But we are getting it.
we are getting it.
And if we do not, the blood of our enemies will suffice.
We'll have to kill specific folks with different colored blood, because most blood is red, and so are you, so it would just
What color is your blood?
red.
Looks to Sunshine. Also red.
I'm pretty sure everyone on this has red blood, but the squids definitely had like blue or green, maybe? I don't remember.
Like purpley blue.
So, you know, maybe if we kill some more squid, we can,
Keep our eyes peeled for squids.
or paint. Probably easier for paint. As for the bell, we'll have to go somewhere with livestock, which that's going to be a whole different issue. Or possibly an instrument of some.
What about a bell maker? They must exist.
I mean, yeah, probably, but I don't know where bell makers live. Or if they exist, to be honest. I mean, possibly a blacksmith could make a bell.
Whenever I was reading the book, the encyclopedia of the words F, there was the word F for foundry, and they made bells in something called a bell foundry. Basically, they casted large churns of bronze. It's rambling off about, like, basically like a fucking Wikipedia dump, like, article about how they made bells.
Well, we'll try and. It's just walls of Wikipedia dump. She's like, well, we'll try. We'll try and find a. We will get you.
Sunshine leaves like halfway through the info dump. Like, well, good luck. And like the lion head's like, thank you for bread.
You look cool, Merlot. You look really cool.
Feel aerodynamic.
You look aerodynamic. Right up until you get that bell around the other neck, and then probably less so.
Anything else anyone would like to get up to?
Cyrus
I guess I
eventually
could-
comes back
I could tease
downstairs.
Hayes about her dead dad more, but you know, kind of.
Cyrus comes downstairs. He is clean, carrying a lot of bloody sheets. Is the blood red or purple?
This was the illithid zombies. So it was. They're like half turned. Probably like a splattering above. It was like a mixture. It probably depends what bits were being hit, because they were like half mutated. They weren't like fully turned. If you kind of
Is there
imagine
some-
like the flood in Halo, like you know, you have like the grunts, like the Marines have like the half flood tops and like the human bodies, like that. It's like kind of like that. Like
If Atlas
is
sees
there,
you
like-
carrying the bloody sheet, she's like, "What did I tell you?"
Do you want your room covered in illithid blood and human blood and illithid human blood? It's not a good look,
She
Atlas.
opens her book and underlines something.
What? Do we have some kind of laundry machine or something, or is there chemicals for cleaning? Nobody can sleep in this. This is horrid. Took me like 30 minutes to clean your floor.
yeah, probably as part of the med bay, it would have basic like cleaning facilities. Like,
I was
you know, like, for
watching it
laundering and stuff.
congeal.
Why?
Oh. So I knew how it congealed.
Why do you need to know how it congealed? As long as you know how to kill them, that's all that matters.
Oh. Good to know.
You're so weird. He'll start getting back upstairs to the med bay.
You grab like the detergent from the kitchen and then head back at the med bay, and yeah, like you basically it is effectively like a laundry machine. Like you load it up like with soap and everything you need to, yeah, it will clean anything you put in there.
Just
Any, like,
imagining
fat.
Cyrus angrily pushing bloodied sheets into the laundry machine as Astra awkwardly stands there like, "What you doing?"
You okay there?
She was watching the blood congeal. She didn't clean her room because she was waiting for the blood to congeal. Freaking weird.
Surprises you?
Well, it's. Yeah. I think. I know she was shut in her room for like. How old is Atlas again? She's like. She doesn't age like we do, so. She's like 5? Or something? I don't know.
Astra, do you want to meet a like let's call it intelligence, history, medicine check, anything like that?
Okay. Medicine?
Yep, medicine.
Cyrus
works.
thinking Atlas is 5 explains so much about how he treats her.
9.
Even with a 9, Astra, because you have a +7 to medicine, you would know
I
that
just have
Cyrus
almost
has
like-
definitely like misraced Atlas as an Aarakocra instead of an Owlin, whose age patterns are different.
She's like, she's an island. She's not her Kokra.
They have they're similar races, don't they have similar ages? Like tieflings have similar
How many
ages
years?
to ASMR. Right? Continues putting
You
in
tell me,
laundry.
are you the same as your father?
No, what?
You said ASMR the same as tieflings.
I said similar in age. They age similar because they're similar, you know, half infernal, half divine, or whatever way you put that cookie. I don't know.
She carries plants on her back. She breathes alcohol and stuff. Congealed blood isn't too far off that list.
It's pretty far off the list, in my opinion.
She also jumped after a bomb.
I'm never living that down.
Yeah, you got me there.
Downstairs,
It's-
Atlas's ears are burning the second the bomb is mentioned.
It's weird. That's all I'm saying is it's weird, okay?
Okay.
It would start to smell puts on the wash machine.
Doom, 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 doom.
I believe you thought
Also, I got you
fine.
this.
Cyrus will hold out his hand.
I think it's meant to be an angel, but it only has wings, so it's more fitting. Just to remind you not to go after big skulls again, because you're ASMR.
Yes, I know I'm ASMR, and I broke the skull. Isn't that
We
good?
both know what that meant.
Well, here's the thing. It might not come back to bite me in the ass. Hopefully it'll
Stick it
just...
faster.
Yeah, well, it's Fight's problem.
Your conses will quench.
You know, it's... Whatever Kuroka Toka decides to do, that is up to him, and I imagine that Fight is a bigger fish to fry than me.
Or you're the ladder to get to 5.
Yeah, well, in order to get to me, he has to leave Utopia Major, find me, and then go and find Fife. Surely it'd be easier to just look for Fife at the front lines, which is where he was last I spoke to him. I think.
She goes back to whatever she was doing.
Cyrus will... Cyrus will clip the wings onto his hollow strap and then leave.
Anything
Thank you,
else?
by the way.
You're welcome.
I assume Barris and Volga are kind of just at the helm, just
I assume so. Yeah,
trying,
the way you guys
probably flying around.
you leave the Temple of Tan
just flying
behind.
about the place, yeah.
And
Yeah.
you have time until the the ship is going slow and sluggishly as well, so getting anywhere is not quick, because of the engine damage. But it depends. Like, what are you looking like? Go to any points of interest here, or are you just looking just to mill about in the Expanse, or?
I'm not just probably just milling about, enjoying probably just free riding, enjoying the peace of the Expanse and the
Lovely
kind of the more
views,
quieter
well.
space. Barris is still talking about his cup holder.
You put in different cups in it, so it fits.
Yeah, specifically putting different cups in it, testing all the ones from.
You're
the
going
kitchen,
full
marking them with,
boring
a little
dad.
sticker.
Look, and I can just right there.
You find,
Don't
Beryl,
even
that
have
there
to take
are
my hand off the wheel.
there are 2 mugs in the kitchen that are perfectly sized, and they are done up in a similar kind of they have a logo of the manufacturer of the ship. It's the person that obviously the cup they are
They're branded.
they're branded mugs. And there's only 2 of them.
I'll take both of them and be like, Walger, I've got a surprise for you. It's a very important surprise. And he presents the mug.
Yeah.
Nobody else can use these because these are the only mugs that fit right into these cup holders.
I feel like this is the biscuit snake all over again.
Those mugs are doomed.
Yeah.
Well, Volga will just put it into the cup holder and just kind of.
As it
knock it.
slides down, Barros is just like, look at it go. Hey!
I don't know. This is something so specific. I don't know if you've ever put a standard can, like a drinks can,
And it does
into a baked bean tin. If you just drop it in, it's the perfect fit, and the air pressure slows the descent down. It just cushions the blow. It's like that. You drop it in.
It
It's
looks like mechanical.
Yeah, it's like hydraulic almost lowering it in, but it's just the air pressure because it's such a perfect snug fit. And then Serpana says, Beros, I don't know what you've done, but apparently you should check out the manual page for 48, apparently. I've been pinged that somehow. I don't know what that is. I don't like that. I don't like getting pinged.
And I will quickly go through the manual.
You see, you end up on the cup holders page. It's like a double spread, just on the cup holders, and it says like when using a a Horizon brand mug with a Horizon brand cup holder on a Horizon brand vessel, you may input this following code, and like this is the code.
There's a little like TM every time it says Horizon.
I think it's italicized. And it's like, and it gives you a little code to follow because, like, doing so will heat your cup holder and mug to the desired temperature inputted at the end of the code. And then it's like you can set it to like keep your drink warm and like or cold if you want. Like it will like heat or chill your drink.
It's like the largest squeal. That's like
excited little girl squeal.
Like excited little girl, and you just see like Barros fall back into his chair and like just slide into it.
You see that there is like on the next page as well. It's like there's a mention of something called the cookie tray. And it's like a CD tray that goes underneath where the cup holders are. But whenever you like look at it, like check where the thing is, the guy didn't buy, whoever had the ship, he didn't get it installed. It's not, the cookie tray's not been installed. And it talks about how you just put the cookie dough in, it takes it bakes the cookies perfectly, and it pops them out fresh. And you're like, oh, I need this.
It's like, yeah, we've saved up all of our money, so we're gonna get some better shields on this thing. And Barrel's like, bad news and good news.
Does it say where you can buy these cookie trays?
If you go to the back, it doesn't say no prices are listed, but it says like for any upgrades or add-ons, please visit any like Horizon brand ship vendor that can be found in most kind of like that. So probably things like the Phalos where you'd have one, and definitely anywhere Phagaz Minor because it is human ships, so it would be probably near the humanoid sectors would have them.
I feel like whenever Barros screams, Cyrus runs back up to the bed, but he's like, what happened? Looking at Astra, and then he hears the no, and he's like, oh.
if Cyrus makes himself like appear, Barros will just like run into Cyrus's arms and just start weeping. It could have been so great. I could have had my dreams come true after my dream of the snake biscuit was turned away from me. I could have had it come true.
It's the biscuit snake was a tragedy. Nobody could have saved it.
They didn't install the cookie tray.
Who knows what happened to that biscuit snake? Am I right? It could be anything.
Yeah, nobody knows. But what cookie? What?
Well, the cup holder it heats up and it cools down. It's so amazing. But apparently, you can also buy a cookie tray that goes onto it that bakes cookies, fresh cookies. Imagine the adventures. I could retire. I would live in this ship. I could survive off cookies.
Okay,
it would be the greatest ever. I need it. Do you know what? Fuck every single one of you and your dreams. I have given you more than enough time to go and chase your dreams. We are going to go get this cookie tray, and we are going to go install it. I want every chit being spent on this cookie tray.
Barros immediately like, fuck killing my grandfather and rescuing my mother. This is the new mission.
We will get you the cookie tray. Just breathe. It's okay. It's okay. Cyrus is like hitting Volgear, being like, find me a plastic, not plastic bag. Find me
a plastic bag. We gotta put him down.
It's okay, sweet child. It's okay.
Asher probably comes up and leads like Barros back to the seat. It's like, it's okay. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Just keeps going through that.
Does anyone want to inform Barros that there is an oven in the kitchen? You could just big.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Why did you bring that up?
I feel like I've misspoke. Okay. I'm going to mute myself for a while.
Cyrus will go into the room with Atlas and Tewa and be like, Atlas, please tell me you know how to make cookies. the captain is in distress.
With only dry ingredients? Maybe.
Shit, we need to stop at a port. He's not gonna get over this anytime soon.
I mean, there might be oil somewhere. I don't have butter. Also, the only cookies I've ever made were with goat butter, and that might be kind of weird.
You eat birds, it's fine. He's not a goat technically, so I'm sure he'll be fine with it.
I'll see what I can do, I guess. Look at Merlot's mane.
Now we need to get Warpaint and a bell, and then you'll be complete.
If Asher casts create food and water, can she make cookies? It says it's bland, but like
Really shit cooked. They're like oat biscuits.
Oatmeal.
Yeah, like oat biscuits.
They appear and they look like perfect chocolate chip cookies, and then you bite in and it's oatmeal
the raisins.
raisin.
And like, no. The chocolate tastes the same as the rest of the biscuit. There's no textural difference, no flavor difference. It just all tastes the same. They just taste like oatmeal cookies. Yeah, but like they look like chocolate chip Marylands, but they just taste like oatmeal cookies.
Cyrus is going to go back into the.
Atlas will go scrape around the kitchen and see if she can work out how to make cookies from what remains.
Make cook's utensils check.
Cyrus will take the cup out of the cup holder and go and make Barros a very
Crit
strong.
fail. That's like my third crit fail of the night.
Whiskey coffee.
Atlas, you find, like in the back of a cupboard, slab of butter, and you're like, holy shit, it's still good. Like, it's a little bit hard on the edges, but you cut into it and it's still that like light, like cream yellow, and you're like, perfect. And you get the sugar, you get the flour, you get the butter, a little bit of salt. You don't have any like chocolate to hand, but like you're able to like go through several ration packs that have like the little like dessert cups in them, and like fish out like little like chocolate chips from like, like little trail mixes and things like that. Enough to bake a small batch of cookies.
And then I burn them.
And then you burn and ruin the entire batch, and you lose 5 rations worth of food.
You come into Atlas fanning at smoke with her feathers so the fire alarm doesn't go off.
Cyrus will just like lift his hand into the oven and lift out the tray without a glove.
They are black as like anything. And you let them out, you hold for a few seconds, and then they catch fire spontaneously.
I don't
So
want
it's
to talk
either
about it.
cookies of
maybe we
hell
can
or bland.
maybe we can just scrape off this little burnt bit here and
I think they're all burnt.
Ryan,
but-
Who?
Who?
Cyrus, it's still smoking. It's like
You tap the cookie on the baking tray, and it's like,
It dents the baking tray where you tapped
you
it.
can make a weapon out of them.
they're improvised weapons. They are 1d4 throwing weapons.
Sets the tray down, picks up the coffee mug, pours a little more whiskey into the coffee mug than he intended, makes a coffee, brings it back to Barros.
What if we got like a shit installed? It's not like a biscuit snake, but just like a biscuit emergency.
Yeah, do you want to be the one to throw the biscuits down the chute at Barros every time he wants a biscuit? That's a full-time job, Astra. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. There are other jobs that need done on the ship. I'm not
Sunshine
feeding his
isn't doing
biscuit
much.
addiction. What?
Sunshine isn't doing much.
Sunshine, how do you feel about 24-hour biscuit distribution person?
Sorry, I was having a nap. What's going on?
Now, like, brings the coffee to Barros. Here, drink this. It'll make you feel better.
And then he puts it in the cup holder, and it like maintains a perfect temperature.
While he sobs.
You're just rubbing it in now, Cyrus.
I'm trying to make you feel better.
You see Barros is like,
Atlas will just stand in the doorway and be like, you know what I bet would go great with that coffee?
You shut up.
a little light on the dashboard like flickers on that you've not noticed before, and it says like, drink at optimal dunking temperature, like, and it's like,
Barros will storm off and lock the captain's quarters. I just need some time, okay?
Tewa's like,
Maybe not.
there. And they're like also in the room with
Tewa's
you.
still in there.
Tewa's now locked in there with him.
I was like
Maybe
scraping at the
next port we can
door,
get him
like.
cookies.
It's like a dog wanting it. Like,
But yeah, I think with the chaos of the biscuit conundrum, and the rest, you kind of like spending the rest of your day. I think that probably will conclude this this day. You probably end up going for another long rest. And then the next day is a new one to take as you see fit, unless you're just gonna keep like racing, because I suppose as the night approaches, you may want to jump before the end of the session, or you're gonna mill about here with the temples for a while
I
and
think we do want
try
to
to fix up the
again,
ship.
don't we?
I think we want to jump again because we need to refuel.
We want to
didn't get the
jump
chance to
again, but we
refuel.
want to jump like safely this time, not emergency jump.
Fine. There is a
Yeah.
risk when you jump that you don't know what you're jumping into. I do.
Can Navigator plot a course?
Navigator can try.
Yeah, navigating block, of course, but again, like it's like, yeah, we're heading to this sector. It's like, okay, what's there? Last scan suggests this. You know, like last intel suggests like there's 2 stations there. Like, you know,
Navigator ain't rolling too well tonight.
Enjoy the snores, Twitch. Oh, he's awake!
Oh,
we're about to wrap up, Will. Don't worry.
Sorry.
It's fine.
It's now reached 20 hours, so.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
about to wrap it up anyway. The next sector is the Nova Arcane Cluster. Is the next one that's just to your northeast, I'm assuming, unless you're going straight north. You know, what way you guys going?
No, I think we're in the. Hang on, what cluster are we in? We're in the Aurora Serenity cluster. Is that where we are?
Yeah, you just to the southeast of the carrier
Yes.
sector, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose just northeast. Is that the general
So,
direction?
like,
we're
up
heading?
or right? Like, what's the...
It'll be right and then up and right. But that'll be next time. So right.
So, right this time. So, yes, that is the, that is going to be the... That's the Nova Arcane Cluster. Quick, I mean, like, previous logs, there's nothing, like, easy that stands out there. There is a amalgamate FOB, because it's kind of like, you know, a direct line from the front with the Draconids. That would definitely ping up as one of your, like, something that you've information on. Apart from that, nothing really else of note, like, pings up. Those of you who traveled through it before, which is all of you, I would say, probably apart from maybe Volgir, and maybe Beros, depending if he ever went towards Draconid space or not. You would know that in this nebula there is like these big Ethereum wells, which are like these like pools of arcane energy which kind of like collect over time. And they are kind of used as like big reservoirs of cosmic power, so that they are used to like fuel big ships and things like that. So they're like kind of like constantly being not necessarily mined, but they're being like harvested. Like, you know, there's ships there like suck them up, like big tanker ships and things like that. And some of them are, you know, used to fuel, you know, spells or rituals and things like that as well. But like, they're pretty potent, these things. But like apart from the fob and that, there's nothing really like, you know, importance to note here. There's no like homeworld and that, and you know, there's a few like, you know, there are a few planets in these clusters, and every single cluster's gonna have like, you know, some people living on the surfaces, like little farmsteads and things like that. But like that's the kind of thing where if you guys want to go land on a surface of a planet, you can. All the clusters have planets, all the clusters have stars. I'm not gonna fucking go map out every single one. If you guys want to go for a landing on this planet, like, just assume there's always gonna be planets available, and I will find you a planet if you want to go for one. But don't expect me to be like, you know, oh yeah, there's 15 stars in this cluster, and you know, of them there's 4 planets. Like, I did the homeworlds. The homeworlds is set in stone. Everything else is kind of like, and think it like Wild West plantation, like, you know, farmstead kind of style.
all I'm thinking is the Futurama
Firefly.
episode
Yeah.
with the moon.
I'm just thinking of Firefly.
Yeah, very much. It's like lots of little small things. And, you know, it's kind of like contrast where on the homeworld, you have that very classic, almost like classic fantasy kind of like atmosphere with a few tinges of sci-fi. Whereas a lot of these plantations are going to be like sci-fi led, because that's what has been used to get them there. There's no there's no real heritage here or like ancestry to build them up. So they are a bit more what you'd expect to find. But yeah, I think then as you plot your course, that's kind of what you're planning on heading next. You're gonna go there before. Are you just gonna keep moving as quick as you can? You're gonna travel before the end of the day.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. The more distance we can put between us and
Squiddies.
I was gonna say Granddad Dickhead, but sure.
Granddad, Dickhead, and Squiddies. Squiddies.
Granddad Dickhead and the Squid Boys. The weird jazz band.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You star shift, and you begin watching the stars all change their long Egolian form, and yeah, you head towards the Nova Arcane cluster. And whenever you arrive there, that's where we'll pick up next time. Until then, take it easy. Bye bye.